Point. Don't touch my finger.
Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Internet.
Hi. This is weird, just staring at a thing on a wall.
It's a
How do you think art feels?
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. I never met him. Next stop, vaudeville.
See you back next year.
Oh, hey, we got a voicemail.
Hey.
Hey,
we got those.
I mean, at the
We
time
also
that I
have
just
that-
checked a second ago.
We also have that MP3 mail. You gotta.
Oh.
MP3 mail.
Remember to have that shit
MP3
queued up.
mail, you say?
Well,
Well.
fancy.
Hey, man,
Indubitably.
I didn't know it would provoke that kind of response. Jesus.
Why wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Jesus.
Dumbass.
Electronic transmissions, you say? How droll. In an MPEG the third, you say? Delightful. I wish I didn't remember what MPEG stood for. Anyone?
Motion
Movie
picture and
partition
graphic.
extreme graphics.
Extreme.
Giraffic interchange format.
Giraffe interchange format. That's it.
That's how we trade our giraffes. around.
Moving Picture Experts Group.
Thanks. Moving Picture Experts Group. The third.
That's terrible.
Say. Anybody tweet this?
I did.
Did you?
I most certainly did.
Indubitably.
MPEG.
How droll. How bourgeois.
Dupe retarded.
I also retarded it.
MPEG.
Don't turd.
Impeg.
My pig eats grass. Many people.
Is it going to play again? Of course. Why not?
What?
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Let's autoplay everything.
Podcast.
Now, YouTube.
Hello.
Can't wait to watch all these cat videos. Autoplay everything.
Cats. Hey, look who it is in the chat.
You?
Well,
I'm working on getting there. One day. Hey, there
What's
we
up
go.
with
There's
that?
that 144p quality that I love.
What's up with that?
oh yeah, I gotta bump it
Yeah,
down.
you bump that down.
Bump that shit down. There. Now it's garbage.
All right.
So let's do a show.
All right.
Now that I got garbage.
Garbage. Everyone's good? Should we wait a minute or two for some people to arrive?
Yeah, get about 45 seconds. Let's see. Maybe if our fan shows up.
Banter?
Banter.
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 Bantering. We are
How droll. Banter?
Banter, I hardly know her. Hi, I'm TV's Joy McLuhan.
Hey, it's BJ. BJ's in the chat. Hi,
Hey, Cleopatra. Hi.
BJ.
Yes, BJ. BJ.
Yes. How may I help you?
How you doing on this? So how you surfacing over there?
Surfacing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're dual screening it.
Is it like a Leviathan over there? Are you surfacing, killing Ernie Hudson in the last
staying
second? Yeah.
below the surface. Now that I've ruined my voice with that, let's get to a podcast.
Yeah.
Man, all sorts of old
Hi,
friends.
Jan. Hi,
Old friends.
Jan.
Oh, look at these old chums.
Buds,
Hello, mate.
friends.
Was it Jens that originally tried to get us to watch this movie way back when? I seem to remember it.
I don't know.
Why don't we
but
ask him?
He's here. You can answer that.
Hey, Jens.
He's listening. I figure he'll chime in eventually.
Was it-
after the 45-second lag between
Sure.
when we say something
Sure.
here?
Yeah. Maybe he'll tell us
It's like an international call.
Yeah,
from
we
the
should have
starting.
put it on Twitch.
right now.
Tweet.
We'll be live.
Gotta take
Yes.
out my mix minus.
so that we can also never archive it ever.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Best.
Love doing a whole bunch of work and then it just vanishes.
Poof.
We should get that Patreon going and charge $1,500 so we could live stream.
I know, but that's kind of what I don't get about
What?
Twitch. Is like the whole like people are like, man, I only watch stuff on Twitch. I don't bother with YouTube. I only watch it live, and it's like, why?
You're missing some things.
Like, what happens if you the next day want to watch something you missed?
Yeah, I mean, is it the whole like I can type something at them and they might mention it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
I guess
That too.
Yeah.
Zoot goose.
I don't get it.
Suits.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Jens.
Riot!
Jeez, Jens.
What?
Remember
Fucking
better,
hell.
buddy.
Easy. Ask you a specific question.
God. Why don't you remember that one singular moment that
We don't.
mostly involved us?
We're
but-
depending on Jens.
Because all
Partially
these comments will
involved
go
you.
away after this post.
Yeah.
He says, I don't remember if I recommended this movie to you, but I can tell you that I thoroughly endorse it.
Oh, are they still killing the comments? Did we look?
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay, they still go away.
The tally is still there. Like, you can click on it and go, like, there's 43 comments, but
They're gone. Nice.
Well, there was one that was like 375 comments.
That was a busy night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
And
all
they
gone.
all went away.
Sure did.
Yep.
All those jokes.
We're not discouraging you from talking now.
No, you should totally talk right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day YouTube they're probably still somewhere on YouTube servers and they're just going to be like, oh, they're magically back because
Yeah.
we
And
stopped
yeah.
fucking around with that feature today.
And they'll be all out of order, and people
Yep.
like, what the hell are people talking about?
Wait on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Hey, more old friends.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
all
what
these
happened.
old
Like
friends.
when people deleted their letterbox accounts,
Yeah.
and I had conversations with them in the comments of my reviews.
Oh, so now you look like a
Now-
crazy person.
Now it looks like the rantings of a madman.
Yeah.
So appropriate.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
it's like
You're going to
those-
be all right there, Chuck? You sound a little choked up.
Yeah.
That's because it's 9 degrees in here.
Hey.
Why is Chuck choked up?
I don't know.
Because it's 9
Separated
degrees.
my
His-
shoulder.
You want me to hit the other side? I'll put
His
it down.
throat is
even it out.
freezing together.
Sorry.
Tommy John surgery
I don't-
now.
That's
You've got
elbow.
so
Here.
much to live
Oh.
for, Chuck.
What?
Don't give up.
Okay.
Never
Don't
give
give
up.
up.
Never surrender.
Give me a blanket.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
It's not your fault.
Do you want a blanket?
It's not your
Are you
fault.
chilly?
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
Fuck is
It's
happening?
Harlow's fault. It's,
It's
9
not your
degrees in
fault.
here. That's the problem.
I'm responsible for nature now?
No, you're responsible for the
I'm a
temperature
little-
of the inside.
I'm a little sinusy. That's it. Everyone calm down.
Man,
It's getting warmer.
I'm
you
fine.
should take a nasal decongestant.
Okay.
Here, watch. I'll warm it up.
I've watched those
Oh,
Mucinex
yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are
Stroke
you
that
nesting?
screen.
Do you have a nest?
No, I don't have a
No,
nest.
he has a
What do I look like, a
Honeywell.
fancy lad?
Actually,
Not right
Oh,
now,
man.
you fucking hoodie.
Actually-
I hate them fancy
I
lads.
know. Here.
you're very fancy laddish.
Now you.
Ooh,
Hoodie battle. Hoodie off.
Like it.
Hoodie who?
Nice cone head there, Mackie. I like
No.
that.
You gotta get the.
There's no room for a cone with my large mouth.
Yeah.
It's basically stretched to the limit right now.
There we go.
Stretch it to the limit.
One more time. Matt, we just got flagged.
No, you didn't.
Hoodie.
You blew it.
No, we sound.
believe
no,
me.
it's
To the limit.
spot on. It is spot
If
on.
Shazam can find it,
You still can't.
look at his elbow. You got to look at the elbow.
Yeah.
Remember.
You can't look at my elbow. I just had Tommy John surgery.
You did?
No,
Harlow broke his elbow.
Right.
Because he's a.
because he separated my shoulder.
Right.
And then I had.
I'm sorry, I don't know the
Rotator
tower.
cuff.
Are you like a human domino? What the fuck?
Yep.
I just kind of.
happened?
I'm not going to do it again. I might break something else.
Yeah. Please don't.
He has passed his experience. He's
Yes.
way past the
Warranty's over.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was up like 20 years ago.
Oh,
Oh.
should have got the extended warranty. The undercoating.
Yeah. We got the
Definitely
true coat.
should have gotten the undercoating.
Yeah, I really should have. Yeah, it's, you don't want to see under there now.
Oh, jeez. Should have got the
Undercoating.
It's all
undercoating.
rusty.
Yeah.
Here comes rusty.
Should have sprung for the undercoating.
Here
No,
comes-
no, everyone's dogs now are running around the room like crazy people.
I have told you that story, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, okay.
You never say that
Well,
to a racing
then
dog.
I don't think I ever shared it with the live stream while we're giving our Patreon
Yeah.
content here and waiting for some people. to
Patreon
write.
tent.
So
That's how you pronounce
a friend of mine growing up had a rescue greyhound that was a racing greyhound, and like one of the first times I went out over to his house after they got it, I opened the door and the thing just boom, like right out the door.
Yep.
And I was like, oh God! And I started to run after the dog, and they're, you're not going to catch that dog, but just wait. And the dog went and ran in like a perfect circle for
course.
about the size of a lap, and then came right back to the door and went back inside. It was like, I'm done.
Did I win? Did I win?
I
Did
also
win,
learned
Kibble?
later that day that you never ever start to do that. Here
Nope.
comes the dog's like ready to murder everything.
Yeah.
So
Poor dog.
Also, probably not a good idea to have rabbits around them.
probably
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Tell me about the rabbits.
No. Jesus.
No?
I'm gonna die today.
Oh. Wow.
Harlow broke your shoulder off,
Yep.
and you're trying to get me murdered.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Oh, he would have been dead if he was asking about
Right, I was asking you about the
that.
rabbits.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yes,
just wants
yeah,
to
sorry.
die. Yeah.
You're George. I'm George.
It's right here, George. Literary jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm George of the Bungle. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it started
All right,
in here.
let's do that.
Because
Boing.
That was a pretty good play on words.
yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
I laughed.
Verily.
No.
All right. Once again, we've gotten all our jokes out. Now let's do a serious podcast.
Always. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
It's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 262.
Woo, so close.
I don't know what, but
We're just going to keep saying
Yep.
that until
Yeah. Watch him not be here for 264 and be like,
that's
"It'll be
son
like
of
a bitch."
we'll hit like 299 and be like, nope, missed it. It's gone.
Missed it by that much.
so I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. We come in here and talk about it. It's the first half. Then good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies, they get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jock!
Robot jocks.
Yeah.
And the bad movies is stay away, they get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Boo. Even Robin Pattinson hates it.
He hates it more than everybody else.
Probably.
Don't blame him.
But you know what? What we're doing this month, it's the best month of the year. It's Blaxploitation History Month. And here
is.
we are in week 3, maybe 4.
3.
3?
3.5.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're not real sure when this started.
Billy D counts.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
He does. That movie counts.
All right.
Sure.
1975's Cleopatra and the Cleopatra Jones and the Casino of Gold.
Yes.
It's a complicated title.
A lot of words.
It's a sequel.
What we don't have is a complicated plot summary.
Okay.
Let's do that.
No, yeah, let's do it.
Cleopatra Jones investigates the disappearance of 2 friends in Hong Kong.
All right.
All right, let's rate it.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right. Then I'll mention those 2 friends are the Jones brothers from the original Cleopatra Jones. Or not Jones brothers. What am I saying? My goodness.
Johnson
Johnson brothers.
We called them the Karate Brothers last time we watched a Cleopatra Jones movie.
Yeah.
And that became a spin-off idea that we wanted to write.
Yes.
Karate Brothers.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I watched that one.
We're still
That's a good
workshopping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch that movie finally.
Oh, yeah?
In preparation for this movie.
Oh, good. So you understood all the backstory.
I did. That Cleopatra Jones has the world's biggest closet, and she will.
Oh, yeah.
She will make
Yep.
make use of that thing, one way or another.
Special Agent Fashion Lady.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So. What
But
happens
yeah,
in
otherwise,
this movie?
otherwise,
I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
drugs.
Obviously, those 2 are BAMFcast alums.
Excitement.
This is directed by the director of Black Samson.
Yes. Black Samson.
Yeah, that could have used Karate Brothers. That movie.
Yeah. Instead, it just had
And
people
a-
throwing refrigerators out of windows.
Yeah, and a fucking lion that wasn't drugged to the gills.
Yeah. Poor lion.
Yeah.
The
This movie
lion.
could have used a lion,
They're
a non-drugged
freaking-
lion.
Yeah, and
Actually, I kind of think every movie could use a non-drugged lion, except for
Except-
Roar.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Roar
I
is
could-
the only
I could
Roar
use a few
that did
less.
not need.
Roar
they could
needed
have
less
a
lions.
non-drugged lion.
Actually, it needed more
More
drug
drugs, yeah.
yeah,
Not more lions, period. Just more drugs for the lions.
more drugged
yeah, yeah.
Because there were already too many lions
That's what I
in
mean.
that movie.
More drug lions, and less non-drugged lions. Just all the lions should have been drugged in that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
So
except for one.
maybe one wild card
One,
lion, one,
yeah, just
one
like
Charlie
we don't know
Day.
what that
Oh,
one's
yeah.
gonna do.
Stay away from that one. Yeah, okay.
And you would
got the
think a
brakes?
movie,
I did.
this
Roar.
one taking place in Hong Kong,
You'd think
it
they'd
seems
have-
exotic.
think
There
they'd
might
have
be a
some crazy
lion.
shit.
Someone
Yeah.
might have a lion in their storefront or their taxi cab.
Okay.
No,
But they don't.
or in their taxi cab.
You know.
A taxi full
Yes.
of lions.
The
It's-
lion's native to Hong Kong.
Well, you import them. That's what they do in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah,
they
sure.
import and export.
Hong Kong
I
them.
think they
was
export
the-
more than they import.
there are no
Hong
rules
Kong was
there.
a wild, wild west
Yeah.
of the East.
Sure.
What?
For a while. Well, Hong Kong was a little, crazy.
Oh.
Especially Kowloon.
Yeah,
It was Kowloony over there.
it really is. I've seen The Killer. I know what it's like over there.
Yeah.
It's just like being there.
Yeah.
Anywho,
It was. It wasn't that a documentary?
yes, it was. Anywho,
Ripped from the headlines.
yeah. What the hell? Oh, Cleopatra Jones doesn't show up for like the first 20 minutes of this movie.
No, it's
No,
a
she
pirate
doesn't.
stunt spectacular at the beginning.
Yeah. It's the brothers.
It's the brothers going to make a drug deal with Chen,
Chen.
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 Yeah.
Chen.
and he's got a funky guy that, a funky white guy that's like his middleman, I guess.
Kinda.
Yeah. He's
He's basically their contact.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
they don't seem to really trust him at all, and he doesn't seem to trust them at all either.
Well, at first it's like they I don't know, they dick around and like act like he doesn't even know them or know what they want for a while, and then it's finally like, hey, really, are you the guy that we need to talk to? And he's like, yeah. Okay, well, we need to see this guy. Why? Because we want to buy drugs. Okay.
He was kind of inconvenienced by
Yeah.
this. Like, oh,
And
really?
then there's like this
Yeah,
whole
really, you got $1 million?
I don't want to do this and make money. Blah.
But yeah, and then there's like, it's padding on a movie kind of bullshit where they're riding on a boat. They're riding out on a small junk to get to the large junk, and there's like they're talking the whole time.
Yeah, large junk.
And then they get out to the big boat where the big guy is. We think he's like the big boss, but they're talking about some other person that they might have to worry about in the drug world.
Mr. Big.
Yeah, which that
They're
never
worried
comes
ab-
back.
It
up.
does.
Does it?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes up very quickly.
Yes, it does. But at the
Okay.
beginning, they're talking about Mr. Big.
Okay.
But right now, they're dealing with Chen, who's very interested in his tea,
Yes.
to the point where he's hiding from the camera, drinking his tea.
Yeah.
it's important. Tea is important.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. They're badly translating, trying to make a deal, and then it's just kind of like, very adversarial, like right off the bat. They're just like, you want to buy drugs? Well, where's the money? Well, that show us the money. Give us the money. And they're like, well,
Yeah.
maybe give us the
Well,
drugs.
and the whole
too.
time, Chen doesn't speak any English, so he's just giving them horribly dirty looks
Yeah.
through the whole thing.
It seems like maybe he understands it because it's like he's reacting before the guy can translate. so.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all attitudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they basically they're like, look,
Yeah,
we'll
they're-
show you the money, but you're not going to get the money until we see the drugs.
Right. Same time, man.
And then they open up the briefcase, and it changed. It was like first it was like we're going to give you $1 million, and then it was like now it turned into $500,000 later, and then it's literally like $250,000 because all the bills are cut in half.
yeah, this
Great idea.
Yeah,
is an idea that someone was like, that's brilliant. But like, if you think about it for more than 5 seconds, you're like, no, that's dumb.
yeah, that would take a long time
Yeah,
to
you
put
have
back all that.
Tape $500,000.
And also
back
take them to
together.
the bank and be like, why are all these taped? I don't think I can take these.
Yeah.
I tried to use a 20 once that had like the corner turned off, and they were like torn off, and they were like, no, I can't take this.
You got to go to the right bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got
Hong
on the
Kong.
rules. 51% of the bill.
Yeah.
Still
It
good.
just has to be present.
Yep.
You're good.
But this plane was dumb.
Oh, there's plenty of places to do laundry.
Like, this was almost out of
That's terrible. Well, also a little funny.
this was
Money laundering. There's plenty
Yeah.
of places to do money laundering.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I meant too.
Here we go.
Oh.
Everyone's getting it now. There it is.
I got it.
I mean, this bit, it's like out of a bad parody movie. Like, someone would, do a joke and it's like, well, half now, half later, and they open up the briefcase and it's half the money, and it's like, haha. It's like, no, that half the money means $250,000 of your $500,000, not literally half the money. They're not going to take it that.
So I still don't. It doesn't matter. But what the amount of money kept changing.
Yeah,
Like, did they
sure.
have a $500,000 or was it a $500,000?
I think it was always $500,000 and then half of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, either way,
Yes.
Which
they
is
basically
zero.
they're basically ready to make the deal, and they're like, well, listen, we had to know you had the product. We're not going to bring the money because you guys could just kill us. And
Yeah. We've never
Yeah.
dealt with you before.
yeah, we
This is
don't
a
know
big
you
deal.
guys.
And we know
And then
things.
all of a sudden, boats start descending on this giant junk, and gunfire starts going off outside because they're kind of in the bowels of the ship where everyone's processing all the heroin. And they're like, what the hell's going on? What is this? And having seen the first one and knowing, okay, these two are on Cleopatra's side, they're undercover guys, must be Cleopatra coming to bust the whole thing. Not at all. Not at all. It's Mr. Big and all Mr. Big's henchmen gunning down everyone on the boat, and it does become the Kung Fu Pirate stunt spectacular because there's guys, they're hanging from the rigging, and then all of a sudden they're doing 20 flips before they land in
So
the
many
air.
guys are up on the
They're
rigging.
getting blasted.
Why are they
No
up
idea
there?
why.
They're just like, I'm up here. Oh, and then another one just pops out like, I'm here too.
There are lots of nearly Wilhelm screams.
Yes.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
ah.
Right. Yeah.
Legally distinct from Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, but it's one of those scenes that just, like, somehow there were like 150 guys on the boat because everybody's getting tossed in the water and just chaos, and it goes on for a long time. Eventually you see Chen get away and jump into the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a woman leading the charge. I'm like, okay, there's Cleopatra Jones hunting them down. And
Well,
it's
she's dressed like a pirate, so you're like, well, that's got to be Cleopatra Jones
Yeah.
because she has an eye for fashion, and this lady's dressed like the Dread Pirate Robertson, so it's got to be her. Nope.
Yeah. It's
It's a BMFcast alum.
It's Mr. Big. Is it?
Yeah, Stella Stevens. She was in Slaughter.
That's right.
She was Rip Torn's girlfriend.
That's right.
Terrible things happened to her in that movie.
That's right. That's very right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
she's back as Mr. Big, who then becomes Mrs. Big.
Yeah.
Becomes
Miss Big.
Dragon Lady.
The Dragon Lady.
Dragon Lady.
That's why I was confused by the Mr. Big thing.
They gloss over that so fast.
okay.
It's just like, oh, Mr. Big is Miss Big. Okay,
Well,
and that's it. Never
and
mentioned
also,
it again.
no,
Well,
she
Chen
has
says
a name.
And the movie doesn't
something about it, but just
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie doesn't really sell it well because everyone acts like, "Oh my god, it's a woman. How would we have not known?" And it's like kind of like when they go in the casino later in the movie, it's like everybody knows who she is.
Oh yeah,
they're all like,
because like the tourists are like,
Yeah.
hey, can I hang out with you because you're Miss Big?
so these guys are clearly not very good detectives. They're better at karate.
yeah, yeah, they are.
That is a hard profession to crack into, though. Like
What?
professionally,
Karate?
Yeah. Yes, karate. Hard to make a living. Easier to make a living as a detective or
Yeah.
special agent or whatever they are.
Yeah, but there's no system of ranking with detectives. Like you don't go, man, he's a really good detective because he's got like a red badge.
Yeah, he's a red badge
whereas,
of
like,
detective.
Yeah. Whereas like if there's a yellow belt karate guy, you can probably beat his ass.
Yeah,
regardless.
you know where you stand.
Yeah. And like like if you're gonna hire a karate guy, you're gonna go, okay, what's his belt look like? That's
Yeah.
kind of like the first interview question. Like,
That's
what belt
just on
are
the
you?
job posting. Is
Yeah.
your requirements
Yeah,
must be brown belt or higher.
Yeah, his resume is just black belt.
Yep, black belt
Black belt with 2 stripes
and a phone number.
Black belt, a year, and a phone number. That's all you need.
Yeah. So what happens?
I had no idea.
Everyone jumps
she
off the
takes
boat.
them hostage.
Yep.
Or not hostage, but basically they wave a little white flag and they have the suitcase still with half
Yeah.
the money in it.
And she's like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
"Oh,
then
half the money."
And this is when Cleopatra shows up
Arriving by helicopter.
to Hong Kong.
Yes, to meet Norman Fell on the docks.
Yeah.
Her boss, Norman Fell.
Kind of her boss. He felt more like her contact there.
Sure.
Yeah, she didn't ever really show him respect. I got the idea he was just like the liaison for Asia or something. For what does she?
Liaison.
Yes,
Liaison.
yes. For whatever. What she worked for the CIA? What the hell does she do? I don't remember.
She was a special agent.
special agent.
That's all her
She's
badge ever said in the
anti-drug
first one.
special agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had the presidential seal on it.
Oh, sure. Yes.
All right.
She's a Secret Service agent who
also
deals in
incorrect-
drugs.
It could
It
be
also
the diplomatic
incorrectly listed her at
security
5'11".
services.
Could be.
Yeah,
Could
she,
be.
she could be like the Rock
Yep.
or the Kurt from Bangkok. The Kurt.
Either or.
The Kurt.
Yeah, but she shows up. She gets off the helicopter and immediately is like, "Yeah, you know what? Don't bother me. I'm doing my thing." And he's like, "Well, how about if I drive you there?" He's like, "No,
Nah.
I don't need you for a single thing.
Yeah.
Except maybe to help me reapply my makeup from cats."
Yeah, we're not selling her entrance into this movie, which is not her best entrance in this movie, but it's the first. She had a tendency in the last movie to walk into a scene, and it takes a good minute for us, the audience, to acclimate to what she's wearing because she looks like a weather map. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh God. So
This one amped it up even more.
yes, yeah, she. Not her wildest outfit to start with, but it is a big giant hat and bright colors and insanity.
It looks like what would happen if the Tasmanian devil made a lap through Joanne Fabrics and came out and just stood still for a second.
Yeah.
That's Cleopatra Jones, but a different one of those every 49 seconds.
Sometimes
It's-
mixing sherbet flavors into the mix.
It's made slightly more ridiculous by the fact that she's greeted coming off the helicopter by like the crew of a yacht.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yes.
there's like all the white shorts, captain outfits.
Yes, the Love Boat crew
Yes.
is there, like, and saluting her, and she's just like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
talk
but
to
there's like
Norman
8
Fell."
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, now they're all wearing something honestly kind of ridiculous, but by comparison, seems perfectly normal.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to have an army of those dudes.
Yeah.
Like there was just
Oh,
going to
that
be
would've
like
been
these
bad.
short Navy dudes that were going to fight with her. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's just
eventually-
basically she has to go
But
get
yeah,
a
but
taxi.
she has like glittery face makeup that's like
It never goes away.
like if you think of the makeup people wear when they do Cats on
Yes.
Broadway,
Yeah.
that is the make. Like she's got just eyeliner that's like 3 inches of it going from her nose all the way out, and her face just is reflective practically.
Yeah, it's halfway up to the middle of her forehead and halfway down to.
It's even stranger than that because there's a base coat of white
Yeah.
that goes like over her entire eye sockets, like so that it looks like she's wearing a mask, and then the
Yeah.
whatever color of the moment that matches the outfit.
Well,
is
yeah,
like,
you got to put a base on. You got to put the primer on first, and then
Yeah,
so the
yes.
color stands out.
Sure,
Yeah.
but it's just strange.
Primer, whatever.
Yeah, she should have gotten paint and primer in one.
Yes.
There you go.
It
Yeah.
saved her time.
By the way,
They hadn't invented that in 1975.
she is credited as doing her own makeup in the opening credits.
Well, she did a fine job for
Yeah. Like it had
Yeah.
her wardrobe person, which was another famous designer person.
I mean,
and then right under that, makeup
personally,
by.
I loved it. It was better than Cats. I would watch it again and again.
Well, good because it comes back a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, she basically has that for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, in
Like,
various
it doesn't
shades.
matter whichever outfit she's wearing. She coordinates it with the outfit.
It
Yeah.
always looks good in a very
But-
subjective sense.
It's always distracting.
yes, it is.
Well, it's strange because she goes walking out, like she tries to get a taxi and things go wrong because she's giving them the address of this terrible place and all the taxi drivers are like, no, not going there. And finally, a lady shows up to help her get a taxi. Finally, that whole relationship can be explained later. But so she gets to this area, which is being called the Den of Thieves, and just kind of goes on a walking tour of the area. Now, she is, according to the poster, 6'2".
She actually is 6'2".
Okay. I'm guessing she is in some sort of heels that are making her about 6'7", because she is towering over everyone by at least 2 feet. So she doesn't need any help standing out in this crowd. It is very obvious she is not Asian and very American, and she doesn't need the colorful ensemble and everything that's going. It's like she I don't know. It's the amount of standing out that is going on with her character is like checks on a list of just like,
Because she already stood out like amongst pimps and everything else.
Oh
in the
yeah,
first
like
one.
pimps were like, damn.
Yeah, this is
I
like
don't
fish
know.
out of water, like jumped into the frying pan and is being cooked up now.
Yeah, and it's just strolling along. So she gets to the place where she's like, I'm trying to find Chen. And dudes are like, I don't know. You don't look like a local.
Well, they basically start doing the like we don't speak English until one guy's like, "What do you want with him?"
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, hey, all right,
Take me there.
What do you want with him? That's between me and him." Well, all right, it'll cost you $100.
Right. And she gives him half, which is actually half the money.
Yes,
Not their dumb
$50.
bullshit $100 bill cut in half.
Yeah.
So
I should start trying that.
she knows how to special agent. Her friends are idiots.
Yeah. So he gets her there and he's like, all right, give me another 50. She's like, I have to see Chen first.
Yeah.
So he takes her up to the door, knocks on the door, and then basically kind of kicks her through the door
Yeah.
into a bunch of dudes, which leads to
Which seemed like they also didn't know that was the plan because they all,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
all
some
kinda
of them were like, oh, geez, what?
yeah,
all right,
some
well,
were like, oh fuck, and they're like, well, somebody's here,
fight?
time to beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So
They're punching her in the face.
she is doing a good job. This is probably her best acting, is selling that she's getting her ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they hit her, like somebody hits her in the back with a chair.
Well,
and
she gets
stabs
hit in
it.
the back a lot, and it's because it's a very long target. I mean, her strike zone is huge. So, I mean, she's getting, the double axe hammer in the back and chairs in the back and
She's
punched in
also
the face.
I mean, her introduction to the room. She didn't even have room time to scan the room. It
No,
was just
no.
like throw it in the room and then punch, chair.
And then two guys throw her out a window.
And she goes. Well, she goes
Well,
with
she
them.
takes
and-
them
Oh,
with
that's
her.
right, yeah.
Yeah, because they
They do the hit the awnings and go. They basically springboard down these awnings and then have a pretty rough landing.
Yeah.
these stunt people got
They
hurt.
landed hard.
Yeah.
A lot of stunt people probably got hurt in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
I
a
would
lot
imagine.
of people getting tossed from heights that humans should not get tossed
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
But then she's down on the ground and she's fine because movie and stands up and somebody from a distance is ready, I think, just to shoot her. It's like, fine, we're done with this.
Yep.
And that's when the Asian lady from the beginning, they helped her get to where she was going, shows back up and throws this dart and hits the guy in the
Yes.
chest and takes him out.
Yes.
And then just kind of disappears. She's like, "Pfft."
Well, no, they stand back to back for a little while.
Oh, that's right. Well, she disappears first because like, where'd she go? 'Cause
Oh, right.
She looks over like, what was that? And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden she comes flying in like flying leap kick, which
Yes.
is about the first of about 5 in this movie. And then kicks the guy, and they go back to back for a second, and everyone's like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah.
We're out, and leave them alone. And then violently cut to, like many times in this movie, they're just pally pal walking down the street like, ha 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 ha, that was good times and great stuff, and man, that was awesome. Oh yeah, what's your name?
They have instantly bonded and are enjoying each other's jokes, and then it's like, oh yeah, who are you?
Yeah. And why did you help me? And
Yes.
why are you following me? And eventually her explanation is like, here, let's keep walking down the street before I really explain this. Let me introduce you to my friend. He specializes in motorcycles. Hello. All right, here, come into my dojo, which gets ominous music, and then it's weird because she's basically doing exposition and explaining things, but she's just walking through the room and opening up these cabinets of like, look at weapons.
Yeah.
Like, here's my gun cabinet, and look over here. Here's my knives and swords cabinet. Look over here. Here's like
Pointed sticks.
some more guns, and then over here is the pointed sticks area.
Yep.
And over here is the fruit. But
And then watch me activate this ridiculous mirror contraption.
right. Yeah.
Target
and
range.
It's just she's not really like. There's really no explanation of like, oh, look at this arsenal I have. It's just I was and I was
Yeah.
yeah.
And Cleopatra Jones is like, girl, you are out of sight.
Yeah.
This is neat.
Neat stuff.
Yeah. And so, like, she practices throwing her little feather darts thing through the mirror contraption, and then Cleopatra Jones is like, yeah, that's neat. Watch this. Pulls out a gun and just starts shooting the target. You think this is going to be comical, like, bust up the dojo, but no, immediately get out of that scene right away, as, like,
There are
Harlow
a
said.
few, like, smash cut out
Yeah.
of here, like, not well timed.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like scenes don't come to a natural conclusion. It's just like, nope, end of that,
it's
get
like
out
they
of here.
ran out of film
Yeah.
when they were filming. They're like, well,
Like, well, keep it going as long as you can. Ah,
Go.
All right, let's start the next scene. So, yeah, that happens way too frequently. Although they stop that by the end. Like, the second half, they stop doing that. But the first half, it's really awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, and eventually, like I think right from there, they go to her meeting with Three's Company guy again,
Yes.
and him going, "You gotta."
Stanley.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you been up to?"
Yeah.
She's like,
I met this lady. She
doing
she's
shit.
good at the kicking and stuff, and
Yeah.
think we might hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a local detective.
Who is she? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
She runs a local detective agency. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Cleopatra Jones.
And I literally have no idea what happens next. Don't we get some time with the Karate Brothers and like? Don't we? Isn't this where we
Eventually-
get like violently introduced to the fact that Mr. Big is Mrs. Big and is also
Well,
a
we go
lesbian?
from like she's Cleopatra Jones is hanging out with all the friends, and she's just like, "Are y'all going to help me do this?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll help you and get your friends back." And yay! And then that violently cuts to just a pile of bodies
Yeah.
touching each other. It's
Yes.
like, and it's a good 30 seconds that I think we were all like, "Wait, what? What's happening?"
And then it's like there's massage oil involved and it's all squishy and
Oh, that's right.
And you're not seeing any faces
there's
either.
Lots
so
of squish. Like
Yes.
there's like a ton of squish noise, and it's like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And then finally,
It's
it
like someone
pulls,
punching a
It's
sponge.
like, okay, well, there's a lady because of parts, and then like, okay, there's two faces. That's two
Yeah.
ladies, and then finally pull back here, like the knock on the door, and you see, what's her name?
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, Mrs. Big.
No, yeah, I know, but her name,
Stella
Stevens stands
Dragon
up,
Lady.
and basically like goes to the door and is like, "What? This better be good." And,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
she was in.
I'm in my pile of
Because-
ladies right now.
Like, really, the Foley guy's going nuts. It's like
yeah.
he's finger banging a cup of yogurt or something in there. It's bad. It is just the.
It's like one of those water slinkies
And-
that
and-
he can't hold on to.
His direction was, "Yo, play."
I quit.
Sorry.
Announcing my retirement effective 260 something episodes ago.
Anyway,
But yeah, they have a lot of fun with the sound effects in this one.
Yeah, and it's weird because this is basically setting up that Mrs. Big likes the ladies, which is fine. But it's odd for this series because Shelley Winters also very much hinted at also liking the ladies. So it's like,
Yeah.
why is the trend of this series to make one the woman a villain and two give her this weird quirk of being really into the ladies?
Well, the thing is too, like that doesn't come up again.
Nope,
Really,
Not really.
Like not even like when she has Cleopatra Jones
Yeah.
later on. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's
Other
not
than like a brief moment of jealousy, I'll go with. I don't know.
yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, but it's just one of those things where, like that. This is the only time that shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
But yeah,
whereas
so-
Shelley Winters was creepy towards women all throughout that movie. It was just like,
But basically, guy comes to the door, interrupts, the lesbian sex orgy, and then is like, hey, some things are happening, and Chen, we believe Chen betrayed us, and also there's these two ladies that are, hunting around or something like that. And they're like, and she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go walk around the casino now and talk to people. And is that where that's when they bring them? That's when you see her with the Karate Brothers, right? Because they have a
because
whole long
she
thing.
just walks through the casino to the other side, the not lesbian orgy side, which is just her regular business office, not her business office. And that's when it's like bring in the Karate Brothers,
right? And they're all kind of beaten up, and they're just like, why are you treating us like this? We were just trying to make a deal. And she's like, what? No, I didn't order this at all. What are you doing? Kind of doing that whole thing, like mock scolding her henchman.
Yeah, I told you not to harm them.
And she's like, no, I can be nice. Here, go in the hot tub room and have fun with all of my ladies.
Yeah.
They will bathe you and massage you.
Which right away they're just like, fuck yeah.
Would you not be excited by that?
I would kind of think it might be a trap.
It's probably a trap, but
do you remember when we watched all the Bond movies?
well, yeah, but this isn't a Bond movie. This
yeah,
is,
but
wants to
remember
be.
how the bad guy would always lure in the good guy with treats?
yeah, but they knew what was.
Yeah, but that was Bond.
They knew something
That was
up.
Bond. Bond,
Treats.
Bond, you could be like, here, go with this woman, she'll kill you. Or have a drink, go to bed, you're good. And they'd be like, she's hot enough.
Well, of course I'm going to go with the woman that will kill me.
Like Bond.
Why
like,
wouldn't
that's,
I?
Yeah.
He's like, that wasn't even a question. Like, what's wrong with you?
Of course I'm going to have sex with her, and then she's going to fall in love with me. It's not a problem.
turn against her.
Then she's going to die.
Turn against Russia and then die.
That's right.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen
Yeah.
here. They just jump in the hot tub. Well,
These guys want to give him a fatal dose of Bond.
Yeah,
but they don't.
The older brother is just like, fuck yeah, hot tub and ladies touching me and this is the best day ever. The younger one is just like, I don't know about this. This seems, I don't know. They're all grabbing at my parts. This seems wrong. And finally the older brother's like, yeah, just get in the fucking hot tub. They're going to touch us. It's going to be great. We don't have to sit in that sweaty hole anymore and be all sweaty and bleeding.
Yeah.
Now we have ladies.
They have the choice. That is true. Like, they have the choice between being beaten by henchmen or massaged by
lady massage.
by Asian ladies.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
You're going to choose the Asian ladies.
I'm going to take a
That's-
massage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what they do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's that. Eventually, a car chase happens. Like Cleopatra Jones and Special Agent Girl are just kind of walking around, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, people are shooting at them.
Oh right, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, shit, who are we shooting at?
Yeah. Well, let's
And-
just shoot at them.
And this
idea.
leads to a car chase that is nowhere near as good as the car chase in the first one.
No, probably
all.
because of the proximity of people
Yeah.
who line the streets and mostly refuse to get out of the way of traffic.
Yeah, though they do hit a fruit cart.
Yes. And then the remnants of the fruit cart get hit by the other
Yep.
car. An innocent driver is smashed at one point,
This is true.
and then the bad guy car just kind of hits a guardrail and fucking explodes.
Yes.
Which you're like, fuck yeah, and then immediately just cut.
Yeah.
Hard cut.
Like,
too.
just
Yeah,
get right
that's
out of
when
there.
And that's when it smash cuts to Three's Company guy being like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't blow things up.
Stop
in the middle
killing
of the
people.
street. She's like, hey,
Cleopatra
they were
Jones.
chasing me.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. And they have awkward dialogue. They have awkward dialogue all throughout this movie where they're just each kind of chastising each other for saying things, but nothing they're saying is so outrageous.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I got information for you. And she's like, shoot. And he's like, haha, don't say that.
What?
Well, okay. It's not really a big deal.
But eventually they do track down Chen.
Yes. They do.
And they get him in a pool hall, to which this provokes a shootout that is kind of dull and forgettable because everyone just runs out, and Chen ends up running out into the street and knocking one of their detective friends off a bike.
Right. Yes, he's
which-
the motorcycle specialist guy.
To which he gets back on the motorcycle.
Oh, man.
Stunts.
And man,
He proceeds to do stunts badly because
Yeah.
this is a chase of,
Realistically,
yes,
I would say
okay.
is the word.
pretty.
Like, if
It's-
we
yeah, that's
were
fair.
chasing a dude on a motorcycle, that's how it would go down
Yeah,
for
but
us.
this starts a sequence of throughout the rest of this movie. There's going to be a lot of motorcycles going up and down stairs.
Yes. Well, before that, like, I mean, he probably should have caught up to him because the guy's just running and he's like straight lining him with a motorcycle and he can't catch him. It's like, okay, whatever. But then, like, the guy does the like run down an alley and just as a car pulls and stops in front of the alley, so the motorcycle is like, I can bunny hop this, and he gets up it and then on it and then not over it because it's like tump bloom and the motorcycle fall on top of the guy.
Yeah,
and then it's like then it becomes the like guy will run down the stairs and well, it's one of those like giant like Washington D.C. sets of stairs that just goes forever. He's like
600 stairs.
San Francisco Hill. It's like Jesus,
a monastery.
So, yeah, but just so many stairs and guys shooting at him and it's not even coming close. And goes down. He eats it at one point. They don't show it, but the dude's head just goes out of frame, and you're like, oh, that guy just ate it again.
Well, God, the one just hop in that car when he just dumps the bike forward and then it rolls onto him. It's just that looked like it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And then they cut to the guy like trying to get up and people are like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, hey. But I mean, that chase ends because he does just run into a car and go flying over it. And then it just cuts to like
poor guy, he's dead now.
Cleopatra Jones and what's her face have enlisted a bunch of children, and one of them starts tailing Chen through the market or something. I don't even remember how they resolve that.
They take a long time, and this one kid follows Chen like all the way through this.
Chen goes to just the shittiest house ever. It's just a pile of rubble. It's like 70s New York City, and he just goes in, and he's just in a shadowy room, and then all of a sudden, just fucking ninjas out of nowhere just start beating his ass. And that's when Cleopatra Jones kind of shows up, and it's like, "Hey, I'll be in this movie now."
Well, she does show up, but they've already taken Chen away by this
Yeah.
point. It's just the guys are ransacking the house.
Yeah, basically from the time that
whatever
the
reason.
kid like watches him go into the place and goes to tell them, the Ms. Big whatever Dragon Lady's henchmen show up and take him away and just trash the place.
Yeah.
But
But so they show up and it's like, hey, and then they do this like whole like she makes it makes her Asian partner go up on the roof, and she walks in and it's just like, hey, who's going to pay for all this damage? To which they're like, shoot her.
Right.
They don't even waste any time. They're just like, they're going to straight murder her. And like she does some move on one guy, and then partner like does what looks like a really painful fall from the ceiling.
Oh God.
Like, she's like a sack of fucking bricks from the ceiling. But basically, it's supposed to be on top of this guy, but it doesn't look that way.
No, it just looks like they dropped a human being from a crane.
Another stunt going wrong.
Yeah.
Just. Yeah.
But I don't even know what the outcome of that is.
Well, Miss Big Dragon Lady has Chen now chained up in her drug lab upstairs in the fancy casino, and she takes the Karate Brothers upstairs where there's comfortable seating.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, watch this." Hits a button, and all of a sudden, a circle of knives pops up out of the floor, and it's like, "Welcome to my arena."
Yeah.
Untie Chen, and now we're gonna battle with swords.
Yeah, she tells him, I don't care how you die.
Yeah.
So this is the most fun way. So they have a sword fight.
She's also wearing her fighting pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Which
dressed
is
like
what she was-
Zorro.
It's what she was wearing on the boat in the beginning.
Yeah. It's
As one of the guy calls it later, he's like, that's her beheading outfit.
Yeah. It's like it's this like sort of dark flower print pajamas and then a hat with that same flower print fabric for a band, and she's also wearing like a headscarf underneath it. It's,
We've also skipped past like 4 Cleopatra Jones
at
costume
least
changes,
4,
and
if not like 30.
they are increasingly insane.
Like the plaid jacket she has early on is
Well-
astoundingly like Raquel, take off that fucking jacket.
That is bad, but when she's investigating the shitty bombed out place where Chen was last seen, and she's wearing the bedazzled everything
Oh, geez.
that has since also been bedazzled on top of that, where it's just super shiny, gemmy everything. I mean, it's like she has gems all over her face, and she's wearing a veil, and it's like, what on earth? And this is when you're going undercover.
Yeah.
Cleopatra Jones don't know no undercover. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's a 6'2" black woman in Asia.
Yeah, but
There is no undercover for her.
That's what she was wearing in that quick bar fight too, and it's just like, these are not the fighting clothes. None of this is appropriate to what you're doing. But yeah, so they have the arena battle, and
yeah, she eventually, like, they fight for a little while. She slashes him a couple times, and then eventually, I guess, kicks him onto the spikes.
yeah, he falls onto
So, yeah.
double spikes.
So he gets impaled, and one of the girls is like, "Oh my god!" And
kind of like the head girl that was in charge
Yeah.
of keeping the karate brothers happy.
Right.
Yeah, and one of them's holding her, and of course, Dragon Lady wants
go
nuts.
for
She's
her.
like, "You take your hands off
Yeah,
her."
this is the only other moment it shows
Right.
back up where it's just like, you get your hands off her.
But it might not even be a callback to that because she explains that she rescued her when she was 12 and she's been in her employ ever since. And it's
Not,
you could
thinking reputably.
I'm just saying, if you were watching this movie on TV and they cut out the lesbian sex orgy and it was just that bit of backstory, you could go, okay, that's mother-daughter jealousy
I
going
don't think
on.
it's Dragon Mama. I think it's-
I know. I'm just saying, could go either way.
it
Yeah.
could.
Much like Mrs. Big.
right.
So
Yes, but either way, like suddenly now she's not so friendly to
Yeah.
to the brothers
Right.
anymore.
No, she's
Well,
like,
and
take them back to
there was
their
a side
chamber.
minor scene where the brothers were like sitting. They were invited to go sit in the casino proper,
Yes.
like out in the open, where they're wearing these fabulous,
Oh.
like basically like kind of like they're like Nehru leisure suits.
yeah,
Like, that's the
I
best
would
way I
wear
can
one
des-
right
one's
now.
got
Think of
an
like
all
the-
purple one and one's got an all orange one.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yeah.
like the Dumb and Dumber suits,
Yeah,
but like if they were like Nehru jackets,
No.
but.
like one piece.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like the colors, like that. Imagine those
Yes,
colors.
yes.
And no one wasn't purple; it was orange
Yeah.
and blue or whatever it was.
Right.
But but it's like Nehru jacket style, and I don't know. But
They're friggin' awesome
Yeah,
is what
the,
they are.
The point of the scene
look
is
'em
that there's a moment where he says to the head lady. That the same one that was clutching on later, just like, hey, if you don't like this, you could leave this all behind.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the moment where it's like maybe he reached her and because that comes back up later.
yeah.
But they have a hella good time in the casino.
Well, yeah,
They are having a lot of fun.
Why would you not?
They're just like,
How
this is
would
the
you not?
best prison time we've ever spent. I mean,
She said, "Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know.
Gamble,
Yeah.
drink,
Yeah, they
have your
drank.
way with some ladies."
but yeah, she yells at the lady. I think she has the Karate Brothers escorted off,
taken to their chamber.
and then somebody comes up and is like, "Hey, Cleopatra Jones is in the casino, right?"
Alone?
No, I think
No, with a friend.
with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
they-
then she goes and has a quick shower and is all dressed up in her goofy green dress.
Well, and then she tries to outdo her Cleopatra Jones's eye makeup.
Yeah.
She also
Oh,
does
yeah.
her own like eyeshadow, which in and of
that's-
itself
that's-
is ridiculous. But compared to Cleopatra Jones, it's like you're not even coming close to
Yeah.
that. It's
That is the extremely weak ass version.
it's like you took your eyeshadow and tried to reach the back of your head, but you're not even coming close to Cleopatra Jones. And then they just have one of those weird conversations that's in every Bond movie of just like, I know you're the bad guy and I know you're the good guy, and so
Well, see you later.
yeah. It's like, you want to hang out later? No? All right. Bye now. Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they she basically imparts the information that, well, if you want to get the last boat out of here, it leaves at 12:30. Mm-hmm. And Cleopatra Jones doesn't go, boy, that's a trap.
Yeah.
She does the Bond thing of like, well, I know where I need to be at 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
So she does a lot of like they're leaving, and one of the girls who's turned. It's
Yeah.
like they're holding your friends up there, and
It's-
you need to help.
the
save
same
them.
one. That's
Yeah.
why she
Yeah.
turns, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what? I didn't realize there were options.
Oh, I can leave? Great.
Yeah.
This will work out for me fantastically. Yeah, so she's like, they're holding your friends. You should really go get them.
Yeah.
And so they walk down the dock a little bit, and the motorcycle brothers are all there prepping their motorcycles.
I don't
and-
think Cleopatra Jones ever goes with her. I think just I don't remember.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Special
She
agent
just kinda
lady
goes- she just
goes
kinda
to
goes-
change clothes
Yeah.
because she was dressed up for the casino,
Yeah.
and then she had to change into something sensible to ass kick.
And also, apparently, to now disguise herself because she was wearing something so ridiculous that she could just sit in the casino and nobody cares.
Right, because she does become
Yeah.
the distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cleopatra goes, and she's just kind of going through these back alleys, and she looks up, and people shut the windows when they see her, and
She walks right into just Machine Gun Alley of just
Yeah.
every bad guy in the town.
like they bring out like 60 guys to surround her from
Well,
all
it's Cleopatra
levels.
Jones, to be
Yeah.
fair.
and she's really good at outrunning bullets for a while. Like everyone takes a shot, and she's like, "Nope."
Well, and
And
also
then-
they try to run her over with the car like 5, 6, 20 times.
Yes.
I
yeah.
mean-
And they're almost hitting the stunt person. The
No,
stunt person
I think
is
they're almost hitting her. I don't think there was any stunt person involved because
maybe, but
I mean, how do you find that was her? It was
Okay.
close enough.
I
that it was
agree.
her.
Even Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman.
And even if it was a stunt person, they did a good job of hiding it because
Yeah.
there's only one shot in the entire movie where it was like, wow, that's a stunt person. It's during the car chase.
Yes.
It's the little Asian girl is supposed to be driving the car, and it's like, you know, Bruce, who helped build all the sets, like this huge muscular dude.
It looks like Ron Jeremy's arm
yeah,
sticking out the
with
car.
a wig on it, just driving the car. Like we saw the one shot, we're like, oh my god.
yes, wow, that's
She, like,
not. Yeah,
Yeah, either this girl had Hulk powers and we didn't know it.
It was like that scene in Spaceballs. You
Yeah.
caught the stunt doubles.
it was bad.
But yeah, either way, like this person almost gets hit.
Yes.
a couple times.
Yes.
straight up.
Yep.
Pretty sure it was her because like there was one shot where she wasn't running very fast and
Yeah.
she was like ducking into doorways and then it pretty much had to be her.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was, her camera was right there.
But yeah, so she eventually gets corralled into an area, and they're like, "All right, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
She kind of, puts her hands up. Drops
Main
her
bad
gun.
guy's basically like, haha,
Yeah.
you're coming with us.
Let us take you back into the casino
Right.
and also reunite you with your friends that you've been looking for the whole time. And
Yeah.
Here
you
they
get
are.
together and have a little chat and
And then it's funny because their cover hadn't really been blown.
No.
But as soon as Cleopatra's there, they're like, "Yeah, well, whatever."
yeah, should have left
Sorry.
us. That's
Yeah.
her job, you know.
Well, as they're walking back to the casino, they pass by like a little room, and she looks
Oh,
over,
that's right, yeah.
and they've killed the girl who was like, "Your friends are here. You
Yeah.
should get them." And apparently, have killed her by stabbing her in the tongue with some chopsticks.
Yeah,
It's-
maybe through tongue through the neck.
Maybe I don't know. It didn't seem like the best way to go, whatever it was. But then they all just march into the casino, and that's when the secret agent lady has reappeared, and she's just winning at gambling. And then she's like, "Oh, time to put my plan into action." which
She
is
basically makes it rain to just retract the audience so that
Yes.
they all get in the way.
right. It's just like la 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 wee,
Yeah.
and then it's just kicking time, and then it's
Then it's just destroy the fucking casino time because
well, the motorcycle dude show up.
yeah, well, like they start kicking and punching their way out of being held captive here,
Yes.
and then the motorcycles guys start. Well, I think they run out because
Well, they all go up to the roof because the Karate Brothers and the two of them get up to the roof, and
Oh,
the
that's
two
right.
guys stay behind because they're trying to keep
Right,
all
right.
the
Yep,
the
yep.
army of bad dudes from following them out.
yeah, because they got like a cellar door type thing
Right.
that their
This
guys like,
comical
sitting on.
door. He's just like, "Hey, man, help me!" as it's bouncing up and down with dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, so the two ladies kind of like very ungracefully fall off the pagoda building.
Well, she pushes Cleopatra Jones off
okay.
the building.
Yeah.
She's like, "Your turn, go."
Yeah. And
And she's like, "Hey."
they just kind of hit the ground, and then like that's when the motorcycle guys show up, and it's three motorcycles. One has a sidecar.
Yes.
But the funny thing is like the two ladies all board the one with the sidecar. Like one gets on the back, and one gets in the sidecar, and they basically just give them guns and ride into the casino and just start shooting the fuck out of the place.
Commence
Oh, Jesus.
Operation Fuck the Casino.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this building, fuck it up by the end of this movie because wow.
The last 20 minutes of this movie is unmitigated carnage. Puts the Punisher shooting up those slot machines to shame.
Yeah, this is how you fuck up a
Because-
casino.
Actually, I would call it Operation Jackpot. I'm just saying that would be pretty fucking awesome. Commence Operation Jackpot, which is fuck up a casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like everything gets shot up, everything gets blown up. There's guys just riding, dude riding motorcycle around the top level, just kicking guys off of balconies
geez.
as
Well,
he goes,
and then goes-
He's like a bowling ball, just knocking pins away.
And
But then he goes
does a
down
lap
the other
back
side
and shoots.
guys off of the
Yeah.
It's
And Cleopatra Jones is in the sidecar, just gun face, just mowing down anything that she can find to shoot
If
at.
there's one thing she does well, it's gun face
Yeah.
while firing a machine gun.
Oh yeah, she is pissed. And dudes are falling from heights onto tables, and tables are not breaking. It's one of those where it's just like, that dude's back is broken. That dude's ankle is shattered.
I mean, it gets to a point where one guy gets pinned down by a bunch of dudes, and his buddy upstairs is like, I gotta help him. His solution is to jump the bike off of the balcony.
Yes.
Yep.
That is the best solution.
Grab one of the hanging chandeliers, watch the bike hit the bar and just explode. While he jumps down, does like a rolling somersault and jump kicks the two guys holding down his buddy.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
I think there's only one cut in there to the bike exploding.
Probably.
Because I know when he's coming down off of the chandelier, he does it all in one stunt.
Yeah.
And
it's funny,
there's
too.
just craziness everywhere.
The chandeliers are basically giant lampshades, and they end up, like, some of the chandeliers end up on dudes, which just makes me think drunken, stupid 70s party of just lampshade there, you know? But it happens 2 or 3 times where dudes just get giant lampshades on their head. And
yeah.
it's pretty funny, but it's not funny enough to distract you from the goddamn mayhem going on in the scene. Because
there's a point where where the special agent Asian girl has
Special agent Asian girl. I like
special Asian where she has like one of those.
Sure, Fong is fine.
Yeah, she's got one of those 40s grenades, you know, like where it's like the big stick and then the thing on the end.
Yeah.
And Cleopatra Jones doesn't know what this is, and she's like, "Oh, we'll just watch."
Masher.
Yeah.
And she just chucks it at the balcony where they see that they're getting away, blows out the balcony underneath them.
blows up half the fucking casino. Really,
Yeah.
it's pretty powerful.
I don't think we also really mentioned the fact that this is a fully functioning casino. So, like, the entire clientele of the casino is running out mad people. Like, there's even one scene that's basically like the shot in Airplane.
Yep.
Because I'm sure it was a mistake, but, like, there's one lady running by who's, like, top is completely loose.
Yeah.
Just in the chaos of, get the fuck out of the casino.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
Whoops.
a POV shot of them in the motorcycle going around the circle of the bottom, and you can see people at the blackjack tables just cowering in fear, covering their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just mayhem.
Yeah, so, I mean, she throws that thing, and, you know, the chunk of the upstairs just disintegrates. And then this is just basically, okay, time to start blowing up huge chunks of this building.
Yeah.
Because, like, dudes are running, and then all of a sudden that part of the floor explodes, and they're like, well, okay, let's go this other way. And, you know,
Dudes
Dragon
everywhere-
Lady's like,
Dudes everywhere just getting shot.
Yeah.
There's a really good. One other really good stunt there is that there's a point where Fong, Special Agent Fong, decides to climb up this pole, and like as she's climbing up, a bunch of guys start surrounding her. So the guys on the ground start shooting them and making them like they each keep falling off one at a time. But she gets up to the top and is now right next to the hole. There's one guy left, and this is where she does another flying jump kick thing.
Oh, yeah.
Into the guy so that he flies down the hole and basically hits one of the tables hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sanchez or Menendez.
Menendez,
yeah.
Mendes.
Main henchman.
Mendes.
Yeah.
Who is now dead in real life as well. From his fall.
Yeah, and eventually Cleopatra sees the Dragon Lady and chases her down. And they get into a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Because it's cool because it's sloppy as hell.
It's like a fight.
Yeah, it looks very real, a lot like last week's movie where it's like, you know, a lot of it's staged, but there's still a lot of that like just scrambling and jumping out of the way of stuff. And eventually the Dragon Lady gets a sword and locks herself in a room. And Cleopatra gets the door open by just basically chucking her body at it and lands on the floor and almost gets stabbed for her troubles.
She does a couple things really should have gotten her killed.
Yeah.
And that's one of
Yeah, I mean, like, big.
Yep.
Like, I would say vase. It's that big.
It is a vase. It is not
the
something
vase
you
is like,
just-
thanks for the flowers. I put them in a vase. This is a vase.
Yeah. You don't put anything in this. It's a vase. Yeah, she takes that
She
to
gets
the
a vase
face.
to the vase.
Yep.
There you go. That's the joke.
Yeah.
And
Eventually they end up down in the massage tub. And and as Cleopatra gets behind like this screen,
yeah.
but it doesn't do much good because Dragon Lady's just stabbing through it.
Yep.
And eventually, I guess she grabs her and pins her against the screen.
It's hard to tell what's happening.
And
at
gets the sword away from her somehow.
Yeah, I figured it was like an arm bar, like up against the pole of the screen because it just seemed like she was like, my arm, and then eventually I guess dropped the sword. And allowed her to turn it around on her and basically stab her in the chest.
Yep.
And chuck her into the hot tub.
Hot tub.
Yes.
Yep.
Glub, glub, glub.
So yeah, she dies slow. Ends up in there, and
If she'd spent a few more seconds above water, I think she could have possibly given like Dracula 3000 a run for his money. Because like
she's
the
doing a
death
lot
curdling
of
scream she
wailing.
gives,
Yeah.
like before she falls in the water, is just kind of like, "Ah!"
Yeah. and like, meanwhile, during all this, the Karate Brothers guys are just having a blast, kicking ass. And like, the one guy who's wearing blue jumps into a scene at one point, just like, fuck yeah. Just like, I'm here now.
Well, at one point, they've grabbed a guy, and they're... So the two Karate Brothers have grabbed a guy and are swinging him back and forth and just launch him down the stairs into 6 or 7 other dudes.
It's like they were swinging him, just waiting for the guys to come up the stairs.
Right.
Like up there they are.
Yeah, that's how they finally get out of the attic. They use that technique.
I think that's actually right after they chuck the guy like that. That's when one kind of like climbs down, climbing over the other one, and the other one just kind of jumps down and goes, "Ha!
Yep, I'm here."
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, they have a good time. And then they kind of disappear.
Yeah,
their story is over. They're free.
Yeah, what happens is, she's killed the dragon lady and comes back out to the main area where the cops have shown up.
Oh yeah,
but it's a good wide shot.
It's a good wide shot of this place just fucking destroyed.
It's nothing but plaster. It's just chunks of plaster everywhere
and bodies.
Yeah, and 100 cops just like, what the
Cleopatra's like, who called the cops?
Yeah.
And then that's when Special Agent is just like, I did. And she's like, why would you do that? She's like, well, like,
Stanley,
your boss is my boss.
Our boss, our Stanley.
But they are all just kickback on like whatever remnants of tables still exist. Just like, look at what we did. And the cops are just like, oh, yeah, you guys did some shit.
Well, everyone's kind of laughing at Cleopatra Jones at this point. That's what's kind of funny. Is they're kind of like, we were all in on it. So we all worked for Stanley, except you didn't know.
Yeah, we're Secret Agent Team 7 or whatever they were.
Yeah, and then there's there's just another scene with Norman Fell where she gets on a plane or whatever. It's just like,
It's weird that the scene freeze frames 3 times. And then keeps going.
Yeah, and it freeze frames and then sort of fades in again.
Yeah. Like, it's like, why are you almost giving us the freeze frame? But then what's the point of this?
It does end on a freeze frame, though. Like her actually finally boarding the plane.
Is but it ends on freeze frames of the characters, and then it just keeps going. It's like,
well, it was a freeze frame for each person.
Yeah. Okay. They each get their own.
Yeah, they could have the little words at the bottom, Animal House style, but they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Anyway, that's basically the end of the movie. She saves the day.
That's basically it.
So there's no Stargrove, but I do want to address the soundtrack because what the fuck? Like, this is the weirdest, jauntiest music ever.
Man.
The intro theme is sitcom-y.
Yes.
It's like it's called Playing with Fire, but it's super peppy and upbeat, and it's like this is like a Love Boat Fantasy Island type theme. What's happening?
I really expected them to be like have the da-na-na thing at the end, like Cleopatra Jones has filmed it with a live studio.
Yes, it felt like that.
Applause.
Yeah.
That car chase is set to
Dukes of Hazzard music,
just hillbilly music, just fiddles and down. It's like, what is happening? What is the music guy doing? It's only late in the film that they actually start scoring it appropriately.
Yes, when she's doing the walk through the alley and everyone's shutting the shutters. Yeah, it's like that's the only time the music is like appropriate to the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was really if they bothered with music, you couldn't hear it over the mayhem during the craziness. But
I don't think there was any during the end.
I think it was just like, look at this shit. We're not going to bother with music.
There was appropriate action music during the motorcycle chase. Okay. That stuff, which was
it's just
perfectly
for the most part.
action-y.
It's like an anti-Stargrove. It's like, what the hell? This soundtrack does not go with it. It almost felt like the substitute slaughtered thing or something. Like it was like, did they just add this in later because it doesn't fit?
Yeah, some of it might have been stock music. It was strange.
Who knows?
But yeah. No Stargrove. Opposite Stargrove. Anti-Stargrove.
Yeah. A Grove star. Yeah. No Grove.
But then we rate it.
I can go.
Okay.
All right.
I would go with 2 jocks. The movie is a bit of a slog through the first 2 acts, but man, that third act redeems a whole lot because it is just non-stop chaos, which is interesting because after watching Cleopatra Jones, the first one, I'd give that 3 jocks. And that one's weird because that movie kind of peters out at the end in the third act, but it has so many ancillary characters that are awesome that it's fine that, everything else you got was so good. This one, the ancillary characters are not good. Like there's just not that much personality that you want out of it. But man, it gets 2 jocks just for the insanity of that third act. Of just everything going nuts.
Yeah.
But I just wish there were more characters, and she's better too. Like she seems like more of the person that they kind of act like she is in the first one. And she does, that she gets in a lot more fights and a lot more action. Doesn't rely on other people to save her the way the first one kind of does.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 Jocks. I liked it. I didn't think it was terrific, but it's not as good as the first one, I don't think.
I was pretty much the whole time sitting there at a 1 Jocks. I was like, this movie is kind of a bummer. The only really thing going for it is the constant surprise at the outfit reveals that are happening. The music was weird. I did think that she was better as an actress in this. She was more credible as a potential badass. And I thought they gave other people enough to do when she was not in the movie. Like the motorcycle chase and stuff like that. It was like, okay, we can't have her do everything, but the other people doing stuff are at least somewhat competent at what they're doing. I thought that was all around better in that regard. But then it got to that finale. I was thinking back to the first one, how you said, like, it peters out and it doesn't really give you what you want. Holy shit, does this movie go fucking crazy at the end? And it's just like, man, I didn't think that long ago stuntmen were giving their lives like this. But then I remember it's Hong Kong, and they're kind of crazy over there at the time and doing whatever to get on film. So that went a long way for me. I'm going to bump it all the way up to 3 Jocks just for the last 20 minutes, really. Like you're saying, the rest of it's a slog. Kind of just almost kind of a bummer. Just like, this is just not making it. It's not doing anything that anyone wants it to do. But
the only entertaining stuff is her outfits. I mean, at the end, she just looks like a pissed off showgirl, just running around smashing shit.
Oh yeah, because she's finally taken off her lingerie robe and crazy hat, and she's just down to her. She couldn't take off anything else.
Well, she rips the skirt part of it off. Too.
Yeah. I mean, like the anti-Elizabeth Berkley is basically what she is, because she's just as angry. So I can bump it all the way up to 3, 2 Jocks just for that last 20 minutes. Jesus.
I'm still vacillating between 2. Continue. You go ahead.
Okay. I'm actually in the exact same boat as Chuck. I was at a 1 the whole time, but that ending is so spectacular. I would say, like, a lot of things would earn something A Jocks. That ending earns it 2. That ending is so amazing. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate that there's full-on explosions in this movie. There's one later in the movie where a car actually hits a gas station, and it has the exact same explosion as the car that just hit the guardrail.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's a little weird. But that casino destruction is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's weird because, like, to me, this movie, maybe we just hit the era. Like, maybe we've watched what, 3 1975 movies right now?
Yep.
Horrors are we on to? I don't know what the hell week we're on now.
This is the 3rd movie from 1975.
Third proper, all right. But so, I mean, maybe we've hit this, like, stage where things stopped being like, they transcended the, like, what we imagine in our minds as blaxploitation. Because, like, this was like a movie where it's like, suddenly I just saw this and it was like, this didn't feel like a blaxploitation movie. This felt like we just kind of want to make James Bond.
Yeah.
And, well, it's taking a blaxploitation character and actually exploiting a different setting with them. Which this is the tail end of blaxploitation.
Yeah.
Because like, this movie didn't do very well.
Yeah, but like, our expectation of what blaxploitation is not exactly what blaxploitation is. Blaxploitation is basically putting black actors and actresses in prominent movies for those audiences. It's exploiting the audience. It's not exploiting the people necessarily in the movie. We have equated it to mean Shaft. It's fucking Shaft and pimps and it's craziness.
Pimps and drugs in either LA or New York City.
That's kind of what we've done. That's kind of what a lot of people have done. But that's still, like, mainstream Hollywood was not necessarily doing that. Was not making action movies with black actors, black actresses, and stuff like that. So it's still doing that. It's like, let's cast a black actress in this role. Therefore, black audiences will come see the movie. That's what's being exploited.
Right. Yes. No, I get that. And I mean, I realize that we have watched some like that where it's like there is 1 or 2 main black characters surrounded by a white cast.
Yeah.
And we have watched some of those.
Yep.
But I mean, like, this one is just like, at this point, it seemed like it didn't matter. It was just like, oh, we have this character. Like, well, we just wanted an excuse to make a James Bond-esque thing in Asia where we can have stuntmen do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because we've seen some of the things that they're doing, and we want to make that movie, but, with a twist that American audiences might watch. And like I said, it feels like we're going out of that, but I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. It's just like, at a certain point, I was just like, this ceased to be in my mind what we'd been watching.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a...
Well, if you think about the way the order in which we've watched, it was like full-blown blaxploitation movie and then half a blaxploitation movie, and then they switched gears in the middle of it and it just became a movie.
Right.
And this was just a movie.
Yeah.
So we're almost progressing out of it. So we might have to fix that next week.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, no, three I think is my final rating. I don't know. That end is pretty spectacular, but I can't go 4. Not as a whole.
Yeah.
I think if this whole movie was the last 20 minutes, it would be a 4 Jocks movie easily. As it stands, with a sort of, even though there's a lot of interesting weird shit in the first 3/4 of this movie, it's mostly sort of pedestrian. Not bad. It's just mostly nothing.
Yeah.
Not too
Just
much to
kinda
shout
there.
about. Like, I think it finally whittles down to just a kind of soft 3 Jocks. Like
Oh.
yeah, a sad 3. No, not a sad 3 Jocks. It's just. I almost wish I could give it a 2.5 because
Yeah.
there's just like. I want to give the movie the respect it deserves for that last 20 minutes and give it 3 Jocks, but the rest of it brings it down to a 2. But I'm going to give that 20 minutes the respect it deserves and leave it at a 3.
Cool.
Seriously, I feel like if she'd taken the clown makeup off at some point in the movie, it might have helped, because like it was dumb looking, and by the end it was just like, I don't
It's
know,
distracting.
maybe I just got used to it, but I was just like, really? I just figured that was going to be like a look for one costume thing. I
Yeah,
didn't know
her
it was
getting
gonna-
off the helicopter look. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here in town, check me out, I look my best.
But-
now I should get to work.
Yeah.
She never gets to work.
I mean, I can't. Well, I also can't believe that we've gone this entire house. We haven't said Grace Jones. We haven't said that name.
I know,
But
yeah.
yes, but I
That
mean,
was our
it's
first thought.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, that was it was straight out of the Strong's catalog.
I think they made them both in the same factory.
Yes. But I mean, well, this movie definitely. I mean, it pushed that aspect, even though she wasn't really. Well, was she? No, she wasn't a thing yet. It was all in the 80s.
Yeah,
Grace
no,
Jones.
yeah, no.
Well, I didn't know she'd started like the modeling career thing yet. No, it's still all 80s. Whatever. I was saying, like, it was like suddenly it was like, holy crap, you're you're a carbon copy of Grace Jones, especially with that crazy eye makeup. Yeah. Anyway, break time.
I think so.
All right.
All right. So second half, what you got?
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
That movie,
Oh, yeah.
People, the Men, and the Kings.
Oh, Kingsman.
Did you see the Man of Kings?
Oh. I saw a couple. Like talking about, they'll be quick.
Okay.
We've already talked about some. At least one.
Oh, yeah?
And me.
Oh, right. So we're blurry? Weird. I watched a ton of movies, but I'm not going to talk about any of them because everyone in the room will hit me in the face if I talk about any of them. Because they're those kinds of movies that no one likes talking about. So, hanging out.
What's going on in the chat there, Chuck?
I don't know.
They're chalk downing. Downling.
Chalk downling. All right, let me run this by you.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't want to say any titles. I don't want to give it away in the live stream here.
Okay.
But
do I need to come over and look at your screen?
No, nothing like that. I'm going to give you general description.
All right.
So, the next week's movie. Do we want to go back to something that I know is a guaranteed flavor that we want kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
That era type stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we want a Jim Kelly movie with a lot of titties in it?
Man.
Do we continue the evolution? Or do we circle back? Because we didn't do a Jim Kelly movie this year.
Man, we didn't. How'd that happen?
I don't know.
It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know.
We may have to take a vote on that.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like wake up level. No.
Talk about it after the show.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard
All right.
Gauge everyone's reactions.
artist people doing things with an iPad.
Yeah.
And it's like that weird.
So people out there, if you haven't read Norm Macdonald's Twitter feed, check it out for like the past couple hours here on Wednesday night. Especially if you watch the SNL 40th anniversary show. There was some very interesting behind-the-scenes stories from him.
Yeah.
That Twitter is always a weird place to tell those stories. And I always wonder about people that are like retweeting just chunks of it.
Yeah.
Like out of context, it's like, what? Like that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's why I retweeted the one thing that I retweeted, because it was perfectly out of context nonsense.
Is it something about Turd Ferguson?
No.
It's funny.
He does mention the original intentions of Celebrity Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
That they weren't supposed to be stupid.
Right.
It just kind of became that way. It was supposed to be Connery was supposed to be a dick, and Bert was just supposed to be, could not care less that he's there.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't supposed to be complete idiots, and it just kind of morphed into that.
Yeah.
So you go with what's funny sometimes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that was funny. Haha.
Yeah.
Well, we maybe, I don't know.
So
perhaps
you got a movie to talk about?
I do.
I got a couple, but they're quick. Actually, I'll just talk about one. I don't even need to bother with the other one.
I don't have any movies.
Yep, just that one for me.
Okay, and then we got emails.
Yep, I guess
All
I
right.
should cue that thing up. I said I was going to.
Email corner.
You should. You totally should.
I will.
Totes shoulds.
Do we do corners on this podcast? We do now. Across 110th Street.
Yeah, I've heard that song before.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, well, pardon me. What's wrong, Chuck?
Even if you spell out a web address, YouTube's like, hey, take out that web address.
Oh, yeah.
Fuckers.
I don't get why they do that shit.
I think
Like-
it's a spam
just-
prevention.
It
Yeah,
is,
They-
but
they just block
you
all
know,
of it.
I would like to be able to post a link sometimes.
Nope, they're just.
Yeah, I mean, if
That- and
it's,
it may
if
be
it's
that
your
the-
own channel...
I know, but I'm not logged in
we're
as
not.
me, so.
Yeah.
You logged in as Chuck No Quarters?
Chuck No Quarters
We
is
killed
dead.
Chuck No
that's right.
Quarters.
Dead.
Chuck Knockers.
Yep.
Chuck Knockers.
Yeah. Chuck Knockers.
Chuck Knockers 7.
I've seen that one. Oh, wait, no, it was 6. I saw Chuck Knockers
Oh,
6.
goody.
Was that in
you
the
know
box?
what the voicemail is? Did you look?
No.
And then I will save it. I know what it is based on the poor Google translation.
All right.
Has it been vetted?
No one else
No,
looked.
no. But I think we'll be all right.
It's okay to play?
I think it'll be all right.
I think we're going to be okay here.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
It's got a thin candy shell.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the crunchy M&Ms are back, everybody.
All right.
Tell your fans.
They make crispy M&Ms anymore?
No.
Oh yeah, they're back.
Crispy
they are?
M&Ms? No.
There's also pretzel M&Ms.
What?
Yeah, the pretzel M&Ms.
No, I think I just saw a commercial, and I don't see commercials. I'm pretty sure crispy M&Ms are back. I just saw
Why
one
am I
at the
just
movie.
learning about
I don't watch
this?
commercials, but I was at the movie theater, and I'm pretty sure it was like, "Hey, tell the fans," and the dumb one is like talking into a fan.
They're finally back. Crispy
He's like,
M&Ms to
"Welcome
return in
Crispy,
2015.
and
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm telling a fan.
Oh, my
Do you really want
God.
to get messed with?
Why?
The yellow M&M is J.K. Simmons.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's weird.
Oscar nominee J.K. Simmons.
It's weird.
He does Farmers Insurance commercials or whatever the
Yeah.
hell that is.
That was Eminem's website. Need my date of birth.
Because
So
Is there
you're
gonna be-
not...
For sexy Eminem
Is there going to be
time.
Eminem porn on here?
it wants to know if you were born before MM. Roman numeral jokes. Are you a millennial?
BDS
millennials.
Millennial.
Yeah. With their tweets and ADD.
50 Shades of Peanut.
Yeah.
All the M&Ms are gray for colorblind.
Yeah, give me everything free. I'm a millennial.
We're sorry, Steve. Like the actually, no. You're probably
That was actually...
You might not be, well,
no,
the
that was
anti-millennial.
my sarcastic...
Oh.
I hate millennials person.
Really?
Though I do hate millennials. But I just...
I am sarcastically
like-
also actually.
That was just me going, I'm not serious.
is a
But seriously, fuck them.
This is a sarcastic comment on society.
Yeah.
However, I agree with society.
I don't really hate entitled millennials. I just
Think they're entitled.
think they're pieces of shit that need to fucking learn
Yeah,
what adults learn.
totally.
So what?
Yeah.
We need another
Yeah, why
Vietnam?
don't you get a job? Jeez.
Yeah, it's
Jeez, guys.
Why aren't you old enough to have
Yeah.
a job yet?
I
Yeah.
know.
Pieces of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, blame the economy because you can't get a job and you live in your parents' basement. Yeah.
well,
Well, if they're millennials, they probably should be living in their parents' basement, right?
it
By
depends.
Where do we
definition.
cut off millennial? I mean, you have to be born around the millennium.
Anyone younger than me.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, okay.
Wait, I'm
So
not
a shitload of people.
Yeah.
I have
All
a job.
fucking millennial. Fuck them all.
I have a job and I live by myself. I'm good.
Hey, then you're not a millennial. You've graduated.
Good
to
Generation
Generation
Now-
Y, I
yeah,
guess.
now you're Generation Y. You're-
Why?
I'm at that weird point where I was born like right between X and Y, so I got the shittiness of both of them.
I'm pretty sure I'm a Gen Xer, which makes you a Gen Xer.
Every time I look it up, it's different.
Oh, well,
and like
it
there's
doesn't
no
fucking
there's,
matter.
Yeah,
Names.
I know.
listen. Here's the important thing: boomers ruined America.
Yes,
That's all.
absolutely.
End of story.
Yeah, and John Galt. Yeah.
Boomers and John Galt ruined America. That's all you need to know.
Well, there's political cast for the week. We're done.
Yeah.
I like
Anywho.
to call it the Politicast.
Mm-hmm.
So in conclusion, pay for your music and movies.
Yes.
It's not that
And
hard.
also help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Chuck's like, I'm not engaging in any of this.
I
staying
can't.
over
I'm before
here.
whatever baby boomers were.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that's
fucking
right. You're
old.
fucking
so-
old. Yeah,
Oh,
Chuck-
are you greatest generation?
Yeah,
Chuck?
Yeah, yes, I am the greatest generation.
Or did you cause World War One?
Yes, Archduke Ferdinand
Were
was
you
me.
president
My
of the
bad.
Treaty of Versailles?
A little bit.
He was president during the
Oh,
Treaty
I
of
was,
Versailles.
yes.
Nice. Very good.
Yep.
President.
Are you Archduke
Chalk-
Ferdinand?
No, because he was assassnated.
President
Well,
Chalk down.
Was he? Was he, Chuck? That's what I'm asking you.
The books say he was.
Oh, okay.
All right. So,
We're
you guys
gonna
want to
steal
talk
the
about some
Declaration
movies?
of Independence,
No,
Chuck.
I want to
Dollar
keep talking
Bill's trying
about
to tell
four
us something.
history class things here.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
It's more Patreon tent.
Patreon.
Although we keep talking about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
Never gonna
There's
happen.
no Patreon. exists.
Nobody wants to pay us for this.
Want a Patreon? Go to my eBay page and buy shit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Go buy things on
Just-
Amazon. That's
Yeah,
all
you know what?
want.
We got a donate button. That's our
Yeah.
Patreon.
No, don't even do that.
If you feel like tipping
go
us, go
buy
for it.
shit on Amazon you were going to buy anyway. Just do it through us. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
That's all we're asking for.
That's all
No,
we're
I-
asking for. That's
Well,
all we're asking.
okay.
It's good advice.
I was going to ask for an extreme amount of money, just in case.
Oh, well, okay.
You never
If
know.
you want to,
Oh,
give
wait,
me
are-
Give me a complimentary $1 million.
Yeah, spoken like a true millennial.
Wait a second. If you're going to give us an extreme amount of money, contact us first and don't do it through the donate button because we don't want to give the other people some money that they take for doing that.
Oh, yeah, those idiots.
Yeah.
Wink.
We want it under the podcast table, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
on
where I
the
like
DL, on the
Yeah.
download.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yeah, like a sly hand.
I would download a car if you
Would you?
could.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah, if you could download a 3D printer.
Okay, all right. Well, I download the Batmobile.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what? Well, wait. It's not a car.
If you were,
No, the real Batmobile.
what would you download?
The actual Batmobiles were. But it's not a car.
It's not a car.
But yeah, if I could download a car, I'd totally fucking download
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah, when they make cars available for download, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try one.
Stop
That
all
was
the
a terrible,
downloading.
terrible ad campaign.
If I like it,
we'd
I'll
all
buy it.
download a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would.
All right, let's talk about movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk
might
about
as well.
downloading cars.
You first.
Downloading Cars with Boys.
All right, welcome back.
Hey, BMFcast, second half.
What's
Hey,
up?
Half number 2.
Hey, man,
That's
how's
where
it
we
going?
talk. Pretty good. How was your weekend?
It was all right.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I did this weekend?
Did you watch a movie?
I did. I went to a theatre. And
What?
I think my first theater experience
Wait.
of 2015 is.
Wow,
as a matter of fact.
congratulations.
Man.
I went and saw Kingsman, The Secret Service.
Did
How
you?
was it? That's a
Um,
Matt Vaughn movie.
It is. Okay, so first off, before I internet hate it or anything,
Oh, too late.
I really, really like this movie. But yeah, I think you and I were having a discussion, not part of the podcast. I don't know what it is with Matthew Vaughn movies feeling like they weren't fully baked. Like, they were almost there, and then, like, they run out of money or something. Because, like, there's a couple of effect shots where I'm like, is this a projection in the theater? Like, or is it just like this effect ever so slightly off?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like it's the same way with X-Men First Class. I don't let it ruin the experience, but I'm like, you had a pretty big budget. How does this not look right?
Yeah.
To the point, I mean, I'm going to watch it again because maybe it was just the theater projection that was bad, but
You hope.
I hope. But
That's
yeah,
what we all said about CG in the 90s. We're like, man, the projector must have been off. And
Yeah.
they were like, no, actually, CG's
I mean,
terrible.
it's nothing that ruins it. It's weird. It's like it just feels ever so slightly off. Like,
So is that movie as fun as it looks?
It depends on like what you're expecting. I think without spoiling anything, the best analogy I've heard is Kingsman is to James Bond what Kick-Ass was to the superheroes.
Okay.
So you're saying it's like
I'm saying
a
it
big
like
budget super.
Yes, I'm saying it's like a big budget. Yes, super, but for James Bond.
See, when I saw that trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's the Avengers,
No.
not the comic Avengers, but the Avengers remake."
Well, it has lots of elements. It basically is Mark Miller and Dave Gibbons and Matthew Vaughn's love letter to the British spy show,
Okay.
Avengers, Man from U.N.C.L.E., everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's got references to them all,
enough.
and even Get Smart. Yeah. So it's just if you like that, it is what Kick-Ass was to the superhero genre, kind of turning it on its head and doing fun things with it, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I've already said I'm a sucker for Matt Vaughn movies. He hasn't made a bad one in my mind yet, and Mark Miller isn't probably my top 3 to 5 comic book writers out there. So it was kind of pretty much everything I needed. So yeah, I mean, I really liked it. There's one long take sequence that is just phenomenal, just utterly phenomenal, and I won't go into any more details than that, but I don't think most people are going to expect this movie to go where it goes if they haven't read the source comic book, because it goes some wacky ass places.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, I haven't read it,
yes.
so
Well, I mean, it doesn't
Me
follow
neither.
it. It doesn't follow it. Page for page. I mean, there's some actually kind of funny winks and nods because they were like developing the movie / writing the comic book at the same time. The comic book just made it out like 2 years earlier because it's a lot easier to do. And then they kind of changed some things, but like made nods to like, yeah, we know we changed this, but
So it's not like
Here's
Wanted, where it was basically like, we've totally changed everything.
yeah, but that was just kind of like, yeah, we took your super basic idea and ran with
Yeah.
it differently. This is kind of like, we know we changed it, but also here's a clever little nod to the, yes, we know we changed it, but look at what we did instead. This one thing in particular,
Okay.
casting wise. So, yeah, I mean, I would definitely say watch it. I mean, I'd say read it too. I mean, it's a quick read. It's like a single book. It'll take you less than an hour. So,
Cool. All right.
yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing, like, even if you're not a comic fan, it's just like, you can read this. There's no lore. It's just read this one thing. You won't be a nerd. You can pick up a graphic novel and read
a
it.
trade
Yeah.
paperback?
It's not, because it was actually just an original single one-off. It's a true graphic novel.
Wow. Cool. I'll probably see the movie before I read the comic,
Probably.
to be honest.
Okay. I can give you the comic
Oh,
tonight.
well, then maybe I'll read that. Yeah. So I continued my Wes Anderson journey and finally saw Life Aquatic for the first time. I kind of need to see that again to know if it's any good or if it's what... It came off to me as what people that don't like Wes Anderson movies think every Wes Anderson movie is.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of touches I like in it. A lot of like visual stuff that they do, like the boat is always tilted, like whenever they're on the deck, the horizon line is tilted in the shot, but nothing else is. Which little touches like that, I'm like, oh, that's so great. But man, like I had a lot of trouble connecting with anyone in that movie or caring about anyone in that movie or even understanding why anyone was doing what they were doing in that movie. But all those Portuguese acoustic David Bowie songs are pretty good. So I did like that. But I don't know. I mean,
Willem Dafoe, I liked him a lot in it.
Yeah, he's pretty good too. I don't know. I had a lot of trouble liking this. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, that's the best one. That's my favorite one of his. And I'm like, have you seen Rushmore? Because like that is a billion times more affecting movie than this one is. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys.
I mean, my opinion is like it might possibly be my least favorite Wes Anderson, besides Bottle Rocket. All right, Bottle Rocket is. I think I made this analogy the other day. This is the best way to think about it. Bottle Rocket is that movie that's like let's say like when Green Day became famous and everyone went out and bought Dookie, and then people went, they had like one or two albums before this, right? And people went, what?
Yeah.
And they went out and got them and were like, these aren't very good. like Bottle Rocket is that. Like, you went back and found Bottle Rocket. It's like, it's all right, but it's like, okay. Like that's the indie record that got you signed.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just a student film,
Yeah. But I mean, it's the first time I watched Rushmore, I wasn't like, man, this movie's genius. It took like the third or fourth time seeing it to go, yeah, this movie is a fucking masterpiece. I don't know if I'm going to get that feeling from this one if I watch it again, but I think there are too many characters that are like aggressively antagonistic towards each other throughout that movie, which kind of puts me off as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, to say it's my least favorite means I still like it because, I mean, other than still haven't seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, which maybe I'll fix here soon.
Yeah,
I've seen and liked everything else, and that included. I mean, I own it and have seen it several times. It's just it'd probably be the last one I would pick up to say it's time to watch a Wes Anderson movie. Is the way I put it.
I'll admit I have not seen it since it was in theaters, but when I saw it, it was just like, this is just the ultimate hipster wankery that I've ever seen.
Had you not seen other ones? Or?
No, I'd seen Rushmore, which I thought at the second I left the theater was brilliant. It didn't take me any time to process it. I was just like, that is what I want. This guy's fantastic. And then Tenenbaums came out, and I was like,
Oh, see, I love Tenenbaums. That's easily my top.
I like it, but it was not Rushmore. And I was, it's not fair of me to think this or expect this from the guy, but at the time I was like, more Rushmore. Give me that. I don't care what the characters are, what the situation is, but give me more of that. And then it got to this, and I was just like, all right, just you're becoming the hipster Tim Burton goofball, and I have no idea where this is going, and Bill Murray's not funny anymore, and that's pissing me off. And I just to be honest, I've never seen another Wes Anderson film.
This does seem like the time where that began the sad Bill Murray phase. Like, because there was like this and that Jim Jarmusch movie, Broken Flowers and stuff, where it was just like, it's time for another sad Bill Murray movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rushmore basically started it.
Like Lost in Translation was right around there.
Yeah.
But he was also like still funny. He was sly funny in that.
Yes.
This was just like all these other ones were just straight up sad.
Yeah.
And
he got drier and drier, and then it just became like, oh, he's just being dramatic, and it's like, oh, he's in Zombieland, that's great. Oh, he's in it for 7 minutes. That, I mean, it's like. I just it's one of those things that for me it's like with Tom Hanks. It's just like this is not my Tom Hanks. I want my money pit trapped in the floor laughing like an idiot Tom Hanks back. That's what I want, and I'm never going to get that. So, I'm mad at whatever movie turned my Tom Hanks into not Tom Hanks. So
just have to watch him on late night talk shows. He's still goofy Tom Hanks on there.
Yeah, and so is Bill Murray. I mean, man, Bill Murray on that Saturday Night Live 40 thing. Jesus, he shows up and I'm like, oh, sad old Bill Murray, and then he just starts doing his thing, and I'm just
he ends up being the funniest guy.
Wow,
in the fucking show.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You've still got it.
I just want that in a movie. So, but yeah. I should probably watch another Wes Anderson movie at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, you really should.
Okay.
Grand Budapest is really good.
I have it on my DVR.
Well, then you should probably watch it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I would actually suggest not starting with Grand Budapest.
I don't plan to. I have a couple of others.
Okay.
Of
Well, I just mean,
on my
like,
DVR.
I feel like that's kind of another culmination of his talents. And if you, like, go back, don't get me wrong, for some strange reason, I've probably seen the Darjeeling Limited more times than I should have. But, like, if you go back and watch that and even Moonrise Kingdom, I think you're going to be disappointed if you watch them after Grand Budapest.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But anyway, yeah, I really wanted to like Life Aquatic more than I did. So anyway,
Yeah.
The end.
yeah.
Good night.
On that note,
Now we got to talk to
Emails.
people now.
Oh, good. I like people.
do you?
I don't think that's true.
Do you? I'm not sure I'm buying that.
I've listened to you talk a couple times.
No,
You
I'm
hate
sorry.
people.
No, I hate people.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That's
I like
the
some
word.
persons.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Present company excluded.
Aw.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, I don't like you.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Super duper.
It's my goal in life to get as far away from you as fast as possible.
How many emails
Not
do we have?
working out very
How
well.
many?
For this episode,
Well, yes. How many were we planning on reading? I'm asking when we should put in the voicemails. Like, do we want to start with a voicemail, do a few emails, and then end with a voicemail? Or how do we want to do it? Voicemail sandwich?
sure, we'll just. I'm just going to go
Voicemail
in
sandwich.
chronological order.
Okay.
That works for you.
Sure.
And which happens to be email, voicemail, email, voicemail, email.
Okay.
You like that?
I do.
I'm thinking we want to end with the newest voicemail
Okay.
just,
then we
just
can.
because that's my
Yeah.
thought.
Well, we just got an email in.
Oh, all right.
So,
Yeah. All right.
yeah. All right. We can do that.
Okay.
So as we go, first one up is Matt, who says anime recommendation.
Ah.
Says Casters of Banff.
Keep trying, guys.
I just wanted to back up the comments of Scott from Dallas. I know y'all were badly burned by animation last time around, but I think an occasional foray into the world of anime could yield some great material. As a former crazed anime fan myself, I can state that the best BMF material would be the movies and OAVs from the early 80s, and that the modern breed of rabid Narutards, cosplayers, weeabos, and reflexively angry people on the internet couldn't care less about that old stuff. Fans of 80s absurdity are well aware of how ridiculous and mockable it is and got over it decades ago. There's a problem, though. The Venn diagram of BMFcast worthy overlaps almost entirely with pretty rapey because it's Japan. That includes, to a much lesser degree, Fist of the North Star, but I think there's an even more appropriate movie about a silent stone cold killer whose facial expression never changes, even during sex. I would suggest Golgo 13, The Professional, an 80s action flick about an absurdly skilled sniper/assassin for hire based on a comic book that's been running since 1968. He remains unfazed while being hunted by the U.S. military, the CIA, FBI, an evil multinational corporation, and the worst CGI helicopter you've ever seen. Plus, sniping through a building with an M16 on full auto, a secret super soldiers experiment, and killer yo-yos. Be sure to watch the original streamlined dub for some hilariously bad dubbing, and the rapey part is mostly off-screen. I like that people they're like, all right, listen,
Yeah.
it's there. It's over there though.
Yep.
So yeah. It says
It's
also
over there.
Look over here. Look over here.
it says also
We're
please
angling.
We're just cats.
Huh? Look, check it out.
Baby's trying to take
Yeah.
a picture.
also please watch the video Dead, if only for the most surprising zombie hiding place since the zombie in the minibar from Zombie 3. Crash and Burn, MC out, sent from my Rosetta Stone tablet. P.S. When is Chuck going to tell us what he thought of the item?
When I watch it,
Burn.
it didn't work out
No.
last October.
Sorry.
I'm going to try it again this year. So
It-
October.
Eventually, we will watch something anime.
Can I go
It
ahead
will not
and-
be a month.
Can I go ahead and suggest that I've seen Golgo 13?
I played the Nintendo game.
And look, I just...
Yep.
Uh-oh.
You replenish your energy by having sex with a lady.
Yeah,
Oh.
you do.
That is also how I replenish
Yeah,
my
that's, I was about to say.
And...
Yeah.
I mean, in the game. I
And?
wasn't just making a general statement.
Oh.
I was saying in that game.
Oh, well...
Golgo 13.
So it's a hyper-realistic
it's a life simulator,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. I might have to be the one who at least says I've seen these. I might have to go vet some of these, but I'm just not feeling any of these are our cup of tea.
You know what? I'm with you.
I mean, I can like them. I just don't think that they're, as a group experience, we are going to enjoy them. I mean, Fist of the North Star is the only one I can think of that might be an exception.
Yeah, but there's a live action Fist of the North Star, and we might as well just watch that.
Yes.
Funds.
Yes. Well,
I mean, look, I appreciate that people want us to watch anime. I appreciate that. We kind of don't. We did not have a good time, and it's like
we also never watched Redline. I mean, we could watch that. I mean,
We should probably
if that's
watch
not gonna,
Redline.
if that's not,
Considering he sent us a copy, yes.
Well, if-
we
oh,
should
He sent
watch
each
that.
of us a copy.
if that's not gonna, if like that wasn't just like a hey, watch this because it's awesome, and it. These are the lines I'm afraid of crossing. Of like, do we watch it as a show? And suddenly people are like, "Fuck you, Redline's a great movie." I don't know because it is goofy and it's crazy and it's cars doing crazy shit and driving vertically and all kinds of crazy things. I don't know what. I never have understood what the line is between good anime and bad anime. I've never. I mean, besides like Miyazaki, I don't know what is like. You know, do not tread upon this. This is hallowed ground. You know,
I think that line is so blurred for so many
Yeah.
people.
well, I mean,
It's
if like next week we're like, "Hey, my neighbor Totoro," haha, what? I think people would be like, "Fuck you guys," you know. We'd be that other podcast.
I don't want to be that other
Yeah.
podcast.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
That's why I say we avoid it.
Oh, exactly,
We just
yeah.
avoid it entirely. Keep watching
All right.
Okay.
one-man army
Well,
movies.
all right.
Shot in North
I've
Carolina.
said my piece. I don't know. I enjoy some of them. I'm not trying to shit upon them all.
Don't shit upon
Shit upon them all.
All have been shat upon.
Maybe one of our sister podcasts we could do an anime for at some
Sure.
point and test the waters.
Why not?
Right.
Because if someone shits all over that show, who
Yeah,
cares?
exactly. Nobody cares. We don't even care.
No, we don't.
Damn.
Let us
Wow.
do an anime.
Glad I was on that show. Jesus.
You're going down with us.
Yeah, apparently.
Killed by association.
All right. Next one up is kind of an email / voicemail. This one is from Jens and Scott from Dallas, who say theme month. It says, "Dear BMFcast, listener Scott and I once again put together an audio file full of recommendations for you. In BMFcast262, the idea of an abandoned theme month was brought up, a month where you do movies that didn't quite make it into theme months we likely won't see again. We love that idea, so we put together something that reflects what we'd like to see you cover."
All right, let's play it.
Gather round, ladies and gentlemen.
Behold this carnival of curiosity.
4 movies salvaged from the realms of abandoned theme months.
Feast your eyes upon the amazing Mighty Peking Man.
Taken from the amazing jungles of China, this mighty kaijun roars.
It's King Kong meets She-Tarzan.
It's Beauty meets Beast.
It's live tiger wrestling.
It's slow motion romantic montages.
It's a dude in a gorilla suit destroying a fake city.
Everything you could ever want.
Ever.
But that's not all.
With great curiosity, gaze upon the missing link between man and April with Link.
What happens when a scientist engineers smart orangutans?
Murder, that's what.
This miniature man of the forest goes on a mad killing spree.
While our animal-loving heroine is blissfully unaware.
All to the lush strings and 80s electronic drum pads of Jerry Goldsmith.
The harsh electronic sounds of the jungle.
Have you ever seen an ape act so well?
Well, humans are apes, so...
The answer's no!
You anime shun him for his evil deeds, but none can deny the terror of Dracula, sovereign of the damned.
It's got Dracula cock-blocking Satan.
It's got a wheelchair-bound vampire hunter.
It features a disco Aquaman.
It's technically a Marvel movie,
It's got everything!
except a comprehensible plot.
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
Finally, tune into the styling grooves of the Lord of October himself, Rockula.
Doomed to have his true love taken from him every Halloween.
To watch her killed by a pirate with a peg leg.
A fate repeated for 500 years.
Can this rock and roll vampire finally break free of the curse?
Just how awkwardly can Tony Basil rap?
Just step inside this tent right here and gaze upon these 4 leftovers from theme months that may never be seen again.
Dare you enter?
I don't think
That's a good sell.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
really
I don't.
good sell.
I think we are now legally bound to do those movies in 1 month
Well,
because holy crap!
let me say this. The last
Zany
one
cartoon music in the background.
that does
also
help. That
Yeah.
sells it a tremendous amount. The last one they mentioned, Rockula, is a movie that you might see on the show fairly soon.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
like
Yeah.
maybe sometime this year.
Oh, well, how about that?
Yeah, The others we will consider, but probably not the anime.
Aw.
What, the Dracula one? He cockblocks Satan.
Yeah, well,
It's technically a Marvel movie. Were you paying attention?
we'll do that on our
We might
cock-blocking show, the other
animation
show.
for his bad deeds. Come on. There were
Yeah.
puns.
There were good sells
really
on
good,
all
yeah.
of those. Yeah, all right. We'll look into the rest of them. But one of them is an almost guaranteed lock.
Yeah. They said they're looking forward to our reactions. Regards, Jens and Scott.
Oh, regards.
And they apparently we were supposed to receive a VHS copy of one of them.
I hope you
that
didn't
could be a
send
problem
that.
because the studio has changed locations.
Oh.
Did you not fill out the forwarding thing?
They don't do packages.
Yeah, packages get
Yeah.
back.
Have you not realized how terrible our United States Postal Service is?
It's the worst.
It's garbage.
I'm
I have
aware.
personal experience with how
This guy
bad
knows.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Some of us
Yeah.
sell stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
and
My-
we
and
know
it goes
exactly
horribly
how
wrong.
bad.
I had an Amazon Prime package that they tried to deliver at the old address and then wanted to charge me shipping for that was more than the value of the package itself.
Sure.
And I was like, no. You can
Just
that.
for moving it like 12 miles.
Yeah.
The mail's the worst.
Anyway, so I hope you didn't send
Don't
that.
use the U.S. mail. It's
if you,
garbage.
If you didn't send that, please contact us. If you did,
Yeah.
we-
It may come back to you.
Yes.
We'll see.
We want link. All right. Well, thank you guys. Next one up is from Christian, who says a few corrections and a question about size. It says, "Hi casters. 1.
Very
White House
large.
Down is awesome. 2. Attack on Arkham is good. Okay. 3. The Flashpoint Paradox is an awesome DC comic animated movie. Watch it. 4. You talked about actors being short. Tom Cruise, Stallone, and so forth. So my question is, how tall are you guys? And who is the tallest? Let me guess. Harlow is tallest, then comes Chuck, then BJ, and finally Mackie. Am I right? No.
No.
This is based on nothing, of course. Christian from Norway sent from Min Xperia TM Smart Telephone.
All right.
Yeah. No, you're wrong about the
Yeah,
height thing
you're-
entirely.
Yeah.
I am barely legal adult size.
Chuck is 11 and a half inches tall.
We like to call Chuck the littlest prince.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so small, we actually have considered
How
changing his
small
name
is
to
he?
Chick.
Yeah.
Boy, that would be
As
the
in-
second name change I've had
So-
this month.
Right.
Huh?
Chunk.
So yeah, Christian,
Dupling.
I am the tallest.
You are 11
So you
feet
know.
tall.
Yeah.
I am roughly
He's
6'7".
He's a mighty.
He's the size of an NBA player
This is
No.
our
When I-
co-host
and
Dikembe
about the
Mutombo.
IQ of an NBA.
It was startling when I shook your hand at your wedding. I was like, God damn, you are fucking tall.
Had you never stood up in the same
We
room
don't
with
usually
him?
stand right
No,
next to each other
true,
and
it's
look at
true.
each other.
Yeah.
So-
We usually have
Well-
Chuck walk out first so that he's not, just
Right.
completely
It-
destroyed.
so I can feel like a king.
It also helps that I have a wife as tall as me.
Yeah, you two are a power height couple.
Yeah.
If you ever have children, they're going to be NBA players.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
You might actually have Thor as a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is-
That's
you're both
Don't count on any of that.
you're both mighty individuals.
Yeah.
and we love you.
mighty.
But yeah, it was funny though. Like in college, my roommate and all of my friends somehow were all like 6'3" and 6'4".
So you were the midget?
Everyone thought I was short, even though I'm 6 feet tall. So everyone went. And then finally, when I was like not around them, one girl was like, "You're really tall. You know that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I."
Will you marry me? And thus
Yeah,
begin.
I was just like, you know, you just always see me around people that are 6'4". So yeah,
I hate those people.
yeah.
So I'm
They're all right.
5'8", so I'm,
Yeah, I come next. I'm 5'11", so
Yeah.
I'm just under him.
It's weird. It never seems like you're like. It always seems like Mackie's a fucking giant, and it never seems like you're just unassuming.
I am.
and gentle of nature, whereas Mackie is like a
I just barrel through
bastard
shit.
oak tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Chuck-
Chuck lives in my pockets.
yeah. Chuck is
I'm
3
currently
foot
dating
7.
Thumbelina.
Yeah. Chuck is
Are
our
you-
Pokemon.
Are
We
you,
didn't have to catch them all because we caught Chuck.
Are you 3'7" or 3'8", Chuck?
It says 3'8" on my driver's license,
Okay.
but I had shoes on that day. So,
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Tell
yeah,
people
legally.
No, you're not that short, Chuck.
Okay.
Hold me closer. Hold me closer, tiny BMFcaster.
Yeah. So
But I appreciate you thinking I'm a tall man.
Honestly, like Christian, I really want to. I'd love to hear what his thought process was, because like, you know,
well, he's in Norway, right?
yeah.
Maybe the PAL conversion of the live stream sort of distorts us, and I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't watch the live stream. Maybe he's just a listener, not a viewer.
He could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people that like, what?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because
When they looked at the
someone
live
clicked
stream,
on the live stream, like, oh my god, they're horribly old.
Yeah.
And
And
Chuck's
some
a
of them
midget.
some of them are cool looking.
Yeah, but those were like, some of us listened to the Giant Bombcast, and those were like our most fascinating emails that I think when they had is people who had never seen them,
Tried
never
to
gone to
describe
the
them,
site,
yeah.
like tried to describe them, and it was like not like some of them would just be like completely opposite of what they were,
Yeah.
and then there'd be one person they nailed exactly. But I don't know. I'd be curious to if people have never watched the live stream.
Yeah, watch
What
the
the
live
hell-
stream
or-
and see how fucked up we look.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally do that.
well, no, but also it's kind of like Harry
Ruin the
Potter.
illusion.
Harry Potter. I read the books before saw the movies, and had like images in my head like before any of the kids were cast or any of that, like
Sure.
of what these characters look like. And
Yeah.
now I cannot remember what that image was. All
Yeah.
I see are the movie characters now.
Right.
I just ran what.
No, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just ran into something like that because there's a book series called The Sword of Truth, and I discovered they have a TV series called Legend of the Seeker, and I've been recently reading the books, and everything looks I almost can't watch the show because people don't look the way I imagine them in my head, with the exception of one guy, like the main wizard dude. His name is Main Wizard Dude, actually. No, it's not.
Yeah, MWD.
Yeah. But like he's now replaced the vision I had in my head for the guy in the book. That stuff is so bizarre. But
Yeah. So I would wonder what people thought we looked like before they could actually see what we look like.
I thought we should address the other 3 points that he made just real quick.
Sure.
I know we got hung up on the size thing, but White House Down is awesome. Really? Not
what he
Olympus
says.
Has Fallen. I mean, I think you might have backed the wrong horse in that race.
You're allowed to enjoy both.
Yeah,
of
you
them.
can-
You
maybe
can enjoy
haven't
both,
seen-
but why specifically point out that one?
Because we had a discussion where I pointed out that there are people who fall on the White House Down side of the fence,
Okay.
opposed to Olympus Has Fallen, and you said I don't like those people.
Oh well, then I directly apologize to you, but you can still be wrong, and I can apologize.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm sorry that you're wrong. That's what I'm really trying to say.
Well,
And also, Assault on Arkham. Really, that is a weird rapey DC movie. That is like, what the hell happened there?
Rapey DC.
It's just like it's creepy. Anyway, Flashpoint Paradox, however, is freaking awesome, and you're right about that. So, best 2 out of 3
Sure.
or 4.
Yeah.
50%. Yeah,
Fantastic.
Cool. All right, next one up. It's from Scott. Scott 2.
Oh, good.
The other Scott.
Very important.
Called Auto Response. Hello, Casties. With Furious 6 opening in April, I would like to resubmit my idea for the automotive theme month, April Fuels. There are 5 Wednesdays in April, so here are some suggestions.
Oh God.
We record live streams on Wednesdays. Gone in 60 Seconds from 1974. 95-minute movie with a 34-minute car chase. I did not realize that.
Yep.
93 cars destroyed. The director was also the stunt driver and was hospitalized from an unintentional crash, which was left in the movie. You guys do love when
Nice.
stuntmen go all out. We do. Hooper from 1978. Directed by Hal Needham, Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jean-Michael Vincent, Adam West, and a Trans Am with a rocket booster. Stunts, and then a lot of stunts. We are currently holding the
Yeah.
DVD of Hooper up.
Someone already gifted us
To
that.
the
We
camera.
did receive that one.
Yeah. That might have been Scott, too, that gifted that to us. The Car from 1977. James Brolin, Ronnie Cox. Black car shows up in a small town and kills a lot of people. Silliness ensues.
Yeah.
Death Race 2000 from 1975. Stallone, Carradine, the Cobra Kai Sensei, and lots of Roger Corman alums. Cross country road race in the future where the drivers score points by killing pedestrians. Need I say more? Nope. Dirty Mary Crazy Larry from 1974. Peter Fonda, Vic Morrow, and a 69 Dodge Charger. 93-minute movie, 15 minutes of setup, and the rest is a car chase with an awesome ending. That's a good sell. To give my proposal a bit of traction, if you're willing to give April Fuels a green light, I will provide BMFcast with fresh new copies of the movies on DVD to add to your collection, except for Hooper, which I've already provided.
there you go.
And go! Scott 2 out, sent from my Challenger RT.
We can't commit to anything right now. More details to follow.
Yeah. We've got some business,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're all good
Yeah.
suggestions.
And we have Hoopa.
Yeah, we do. Hey, oi, Hoopa.
Oh, we got the Hoopa.
Hoopa.
Oh no, it's like when you get the strumpets.
Get a bad case
See
of
a
those trumpets.
a Hoopa Troopa.
Go to a Hoopa Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
We'll see.
Yeah.
Those are all good
just let time be. Just that's all I can say right now.
Just let it settle.
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't worry.
We,
All right.
we love the idea of April fuels, but
Yep.
you know,
So apparently we need to close out the night with a voicemail.
I think that might be in order. Let's do that.
All right.
Received tonight, in fact.
Hey Garfield, it's John. The warden gave me one last phone call before I ride the lightning on old Sparky, so I thought I'd give you a ring. I hope you're doing okay at Liz's place. I know you probably don't even want to hear from me right now. I get that. I mean, I swear I didn't
All right, hold
mean
on.
to kill him,
Put the
but
kibosh. Hold on. I thought that was a Chuck from the Future one. We can't end on that. It's too long. We can't end on it. It's a long voicemail.
Okay.
We'll just save it. We just need to save it. I thought it was a Chuck from the Future one.
Sneak
so.
preview.
I misread the translation. I thought it was a hey Chuck, it's me, you from the future.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh.
Those are always
Yeah.
good, too.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Those are always exasperated and a good way to end.
Okay. We'll come back to this one.
Yes.
You in the live stream
Yeah,
got
don't
a special
worry.
sneak
Yeah.
peek.
Yeah, don't worry.
But
And
It will
Scott
get
in the live stream has already mentioned there is always Carme Diem.
Carme Diem.
Yep.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's great. So yeah, I guess we're gonna skip the voicemail, save it for next week because we're running a little long. But how about some contact information? Should we do that?
Probably not, but we'll do it anyway.
Okay.
Email us at bmf at
Rewind.
Probably not, but I'll do it anyway. Email us at bmf@bmfcast.com. Check out the website, which is bmfcast.com. There's a rail on the right-hand side that has all the buttons that'll lead you to our social areas. Made jokes to myself in my head.
What's so funny about being social?
Is this back to like car shit? Is that why you're on rails? Jokes in your head? I don't know.
No, just a social area and
All
then naughty area. And
Oh.
that's the joke.
Obviously.
That's where I was thinking.
Social areas, yeah.
yeah, it's like a bathing suit area.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Business.
It's like a squishy
No.
lesbian sex orgy.
Yo, play.
Yeah. Yo, play.
No play. Or if you want to give us a call on the BAMFcast hotline, the Garfield phone, give us a call 910-5JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. It is toll-free only in the appropriate area code.
The continental U.S.
Only in the 910 area code.
Everyone has free long distance now. It's not the 80s.
Yeah, but that's not a toll. It's still a long-distance
Yeah.
call. It's not toll-free. Jesus.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening.
You're waiting for me to end the show, I know. Hold on. I had to type something. All right, well, let's get out of here, shall we?
We shall.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BAMFcast out. Bye.
Well,
Oh,
Well,
bye.
bye.
see ya.
How did I not catch that we had Scott 1 and 2 in attendance here?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Get a healthy attendance.
I don't know what happened. Like, have we ever had the Scots meet?
No.
The meeting of the Scots? Yeah.
Yeah, Scott 2.
Time to
There-
be
oh, there we go.
Yeah, he identified himself.
He already. Yeah.
I'm Scott.
I'm Scott 1. Fight! There can be only one Scott.
Hello,
Scott second.
No, Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, we got to end. We can't really banter. We got to
Banter.
get out.
Yeah.
Sorry. Our lease
Gotta
is
get
up.
out and get to bed.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, let me at least say this. If you've sent us anything in like since December,
Yeah.
there's a good chance we didn't get it.
Right. You guys got to give us a heads up.
Yeah, I didn't know if anyone was sending anything. So usually people will say like, "Hey," I guess it's people that have sent things in the past. So.
Yeah.
We kind of
Well, Jens has already
forgot
asked
to
us
mention it.
direct message him an
Okay.
updated
Yeah.
address.
Absolutely, we can do that.
Yep.
Which I don't even know. I don't know it.
I do it.
I don't even
I
know.
know it.
I don't know what it is.
I don't even know.
I just show up.
Our new address? I know it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the number. I know the
We,
street.
we all know.
We
the
all
street.
know
Oh,
the
yeah,
street,
we all
yes.
know the street.
Oh, the
That's
street.
fucking easy.
Man.
Yeah.
Fear affection. Yeah,
I wasn't
everyone
sure
know-
if you were
I don't give a
comfortable.
shit.
Yeah,
well,
well, okay.
who
The
cares?
fuck? Bring it.
Yeah,
Bring
we're-
it, people. I
Yeah,
don't
well, you say that we're gonna get swatted one night.
okay.
Fuck.
Not gonna get
We're not
swat.
giving out the address number.
Yeah.
We're going to SWAT everyone on the
SWAT the
entire
whole
street.
street.
Yeah, SWAT the street, yo.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine?
SWAT up to the street.
Yeah.
Whoa.
SWAT up 3D.
The Golden Eye.
You just
We basically said it. It doesn't really matter.
All right,
Yep.
let's go away.
We are going away.
Yeah. Good night,
tap
everyone.
on my phone.
Bye, folks.
Bye. See ya. Farewell. Good night. Have a good
Auf
one.
Wiedersehen, goodbye.
I'm just going to keep waving until I find the stop button.